Tomorrow night, the Royals will be there. But we're here today to celebrate what is, I think, one of the greatest days in sports days there are. Yes, heavily biased towards baseball. Dusty Like is with you. Bob Fescoe, Mac Morey here with you on a Thursday where baseball begins. Last night it also was getting played. It was the opening night on Netflix. Interested to know how many people were actually tuned into Yankees Giants. Obviously 7-0 was the score. Aaron Judge is absolutely washed. And I don't know how the broadcast was to everybody else. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of interested to see what people thought of opening night. I know the national anthem absolutely effed, dude. That was awesome. The fireworks.
Yeah, the fireworks that look like the American flag thing.
I thought it was drones.
I thought it was AI. I didn't know it was real.
No, that was gunpowder and lead, man.
Yeah, that was really cool to see that. But no, I did. I thought, oh, that's AI. There's no way that's real. And then they did the shot of General Wilson, and you could see the smoke like dissipating in the background. And I'm like, oh my God, that was real. I thought that was so fake. No, that was really cool. I watched about 5 innings. Once it became 5-0 with the Yankees, you knew that thing was over. And Logan Webb, I mean, he did not do good last night, man. I mean, he got his know what kicked in pretty bad. So
yeah, it's interesting because, opening day is that sort of thing where you could, go out there and, bet all your nerfy bets, which is no runs first inning.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at it, you're like, all right, Skeens, who's obviously the first game today in Pittsburgh, they play the Mets in New York.
Yeah, big game. Yeah.
So he gets to,
future home of Paul Skeens, right? Yeah.
Just not that New York.
Maybe not that one, no. They'll get Tarek Skubal in the offseason, and then the Yankees will get Skeens.
Well, we'll see, because Pittsburgh's going to be put with a nice platter of food on their shelf this year, because the most bet baseball team to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good 1-2 combination in their rotation. They have potentially a superstar that everybody is champion at the bit to have him come up and play. Connor Griffin. He'll be up by June. And then you have Onel Cruz as well.
Yeah.
That's got a huge, huge power display that we saw in the World Baseball Classic as well. And if Pittsburgh will just be like, here, their fans are now the stick figure with the stick saying, all right, ownership, go do something. You have this. Bring somebody in that's a superstar with these people. The question is, will they do it? But I mean, they have Skeens and a guy, I forget his name, but he's Bubba Chandler, I think is his name, is their other starter. Should be a solid guy. But yeah, most bet team to make the playoffs in baseball.
Also for them, too, the most bet team to get the over. Them and the White Sox are the two most bet teams for the over this year. Pittsburgh's over-under, and I was floored by this one, 79.5. And people are betting the over on the Pirates at 70. It's either 78.5 or 79.5 for the Pirates, which is only 2 games really different from where the Royals are right now.
Milwaukee's got to be the favorite in that division?
Yeah, I would think so.
St. Louis is ass.
They're not very good this
Cubs
year.
Cubs are probably the favorite.
Maybe
Milwaukee.
But Brewers have won it 3 years in a row, guys. I mean,
they have a bullpen factory out there in Milwaukee.
I mean, they're a really good baseball team too. So I think the Brewers are probably going to be the favorite out there. The Reds are going to do some damage as well with Tito Francona as the manager, and they're going to be better than they were last year. They were challenging for a playoff spot last year, so they're going to be even better, I would imagine, next year for them. That National League Central all of a sudden got really sexy, and it always remembers, well, we could have been in that division, in the American League or the National League Central had we decided to move, and that would have been a lot of fun having the Cubs and the Cardinals on the schedule and the Pirates right now. So, yeah, that division is really cool. I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. But
it's the Cubs, the favorite.
The Cubs are the favorite to win that division. Okay, now with the PCA signing, I'm sure everybody's really juiced about the Cubs. But, I mean, 3 in a row for the Milwaukee Brewers. You can't count them out of that division. But I thought last night, was a good way to kick off baseball. It wasn't a great game at all. I mean, the Yankees did their damage early, and that was it. And
what was that, second inning when they went off?
Yeah, second inning. They scored like 5 runs, and it was pretty much done. And I told you guys, man, this Giants team looks like a college team because they're coached by this college guy. And it's going to be a real interesting experiment to see what happens there. I mean, nobody's ever done that before in baseball. We've seen it done in basketball and in football, and generally it doesn't work out when guys go from college to the pros. And there's really not a college coach that was a true college coach that went to the NFL and had that kind of success. Maybe Jimmy Johnson is the outlier on that one, right? And in the NBA, you don't see it much, man. There was talks for years of Bill and Roy and Kay and Izzo and all these guys going to the NBA. None of them really did that. And then you got Patino and Cal. They came back to the college ranks because they weren't so great, doing it in the pros. And it wasn't great for a lot of these guys. So that's an interesting storyline to see how that whole thing is going to play out. But I think the biggest storyline from last night for me, guys, I don't know how you were feeling about this one, but Bobby Witt's already won the MVP. I mean, I mean, Aaron Judge with 4 strikeouts. Yeesh. The first strikeout he had of the game against Webb was one of the nastiest pitches. Like, I've never seen a dude just tangled up like that, man. It was like tangled up in blue. He's like, I don't know what to do on this pitch. And that was like the last good pitch that Logan Webber threw all game. So, I mean, it was...
Pete's son.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
He was throwing bowling balls.
Speaking of that, did you see who's taken up bowling and has spent $20,000 to become a professional bowler? Julio Jones.
What?
I mean, Mookie Betts is like a stud bowler. Mookie Betts has bowled like multiple 300s.
That's sick.
Mookie Betts is quietly the greatest athlete that we don't give credit to.
Ever, yeah.
Why don't we talk about him enough?
He's A, great at baseball. B, he's like a 300 bowler. C, he's, I think, a scratch golfer or maybe like a 2 handicap. Wow. Yeah, he was playing in like pro tournaments this year.
That's crazy.
Just like he's one of these like random athletes where you're just like, yeah, the guy can do it all. It's like I grew up with a kid. His name was Dustin Andrews. He was a stud. He was a high jump freak. He could play basketball. He could play football probably if he wanted to. Baseball, just could do it all. And you're just like, no matter what you do, probably could hit a golf ball further than anybody that I would think. It was crazy, dude.
So frustrating.
He dunked in 8th grade.
And what's he doing now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean, he got a full ride scholarship. I don't know where he went, but it was for track. But he was great at basketball. I remember we played. There was a team in Lee Summit. They were called Campbell, and this team,
after the soup.
No, but they had this kid, and he was so good. Like he dunked in 8th grade, and then we would go to Missouri camp, and this is back when Quinn Snyder was the coach. And I'm not kidding you. Like we had all these high schools represented, hundreds, maybe not hundreds, but like 90 plus would come down to the Hearn Center and have a meeting with the coach every morning. He'd talk to everybody. Dude, I kid you not. He pulls this kid named Dustin Andrews out. He's like, Dustin, and everybody's like,
he thought you, huh?
We're like, he knows your name. I was like, no. He knows that kid. Stud athlete, dude. I couldn't believe when I was in 8th grade, saw that kid jump up and dunk. And I was like, all right, I think my level peak at basketball is 8th grade.
Yeah, I think I peaked at 5th grade because
that's fair. At least you peaked.
I did,
you
right?
know?
I did. I played
Some
a little bit.
People never even peaked.
No, it's true. I played in 6th grade. I got ejected from a game, and I never went back.
There we go.
That's when and you know what? That's when the Bulldog was born.
Yeah,
you know?
it's true.
Right.
I was like, I gotta go.
If you don't lurk about, the dog won't bite.
But Julio Jones, though, he spent $20,000 to become a professional bowler right now.
Why did he spend that much money?
He hired coaches and all of this kind of stuff. He wants to become a professional bowler. And I'm looking at Julio Jones, and I'm going to say he's probably going to dominate all those dudes that drink and smoke, man. He can go out there. They're going to be pissed. And all of a sudden now bowling is going to be required to be an athlete, right? No more of the Pete Weber beer guts and Marlboro Red sitting on the counter there. It's going to be like real athletes going out there. These bowlers are going to be like, damn, they're taking our sport too. The athletes are everywhere. We can't even have a sport anymore for the beer drinking smokers.
Give me a celebrity bowling match. Screw a celebrity boxing match.
Yeah, celebrity bowling match would be like
Mookie Betts.
Yeah, how about that? Because golf is no longer a fat guy sport when it used to be when Tiger Woods came onto the scene, and then Phil Mickelson had to get rid of his beer gut. The only guy who's still drinking on the course is John Daly. He's probably having fun. But like all these sports that we used to do as recreational sports now are now real athlete sports. You know, it's crazy. Disc golf is next, I guarantee it.
Oh, 100%. Yes, those guys are real.
I'll tell you who Julio Jones could go up against in bowling.
Who's the man of the game? I am. You guessed it. Why not? Who knows? I do. Never talk to me about before. This guy is me. That's how I know you know.
Yeah, one of the all-time viral moments.
I thought the good thing about last night, too, because I love when it's a showcase game and they can give you nuggets of stuff that is involved with the game, but maybe it's not about the game that's going on. Beforehand, during the game, Jameis Winston, man.
Fantastic.
I mean, don't really need to talk about it, but the fact that, like, he was kind of a scumbag before and then kind of reshaped himself and now can be self-deprecating, right? And just get blessed
Heisman Trophy winner, Jameis Winston, who's hanging out at the Crazy Crab here at Oracle Park. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Jameis, did you pay for the crab legs? Or
Well, Elle, I may or may not be plotting to find ways to get some fresh crab legs, but a trusted source told me that ever since Barry Bonds retired from the San Francisco Giants, that sales have skyrocketed due to the decrease of baseball-related crab deaths.
It's just great they sent him out to like the Krusty Krab. I mean,
and then that leans into we get this wild story involving two of the most iconic members of baseball's history in the MLB.
Well hit out number 2. When you came here, Barry, there was so much discussion of the Yankees being interested. You ever think back in a what-if sense? What if I was a Yankee? That short porch, you might have hit 1,000 home runs.
I don't, I got to tell you a story because George isn't here anymore, so I can tell the truth, right?
All right,
George. Right? He ain't here. Well, I would have been the Yankees, but Steinbrenner got on the phone and they called us and they told me, Barry, we're going to give you the money, the highest paid player at that time, but you have to sign the contract by 2 o'clock this afternoon. And I said, excuse me? And I just hung the phone up.
Wow.
And I went to go get lunch and my, Dennis Gilbert, my agent, and they were like, what do you know what you just did? I'm like, did you know what he just said? I just said, forget it. And I went to go by the time I walked down the street to go get lunch, I said, let me just think about this. The Giants called me and I said, I'm going home.
Yeah. I think that's going to get pushed around on social media a little bit, that story.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
it's the truth. It's a great story, but that's George Steinbrenner going, hey, we're the Yankees. You want to be here or not? You got till 2 o'clock. Otherwise, do something else. That's George Steinbrenner saying, I'm George Steinbrenner. I own the New York Yankees. You need me more than I need you. The Yankees were very successful without Barry Bonds in that tenure, but great story.
Vibes of the two guys on the street in England. It's like, no. And then they just walk away.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, though, Bonds with that right field?
Oh, he wasn't wrong about 1,000 home runs.
Hello, America.
I wonder how close they were.
my.
Dennis Gilbert is a guy who is a big-time agent. He was the guy who did the Bobby Bonilla deal back in the day, who's still getting paid on the Bobby Bonilla deal today, right? And he's now like an advisor for the Chicago White Sox. So I see him any time I get a chance to catch up with my friends with the White Sox and have these conversations. The next time I do, I'm going to ask about that Barry Bonds story because I think that's one hell of a story where George Steinbrenner just said, man, you got 2 hours to sign this contract. Otherwise, we're not having you with the Yankees. Man, we need more Steinbrenners in this world.
So 2 things happened yesterday. One, Bill Self actually spoke, so now Dusty, like as myself, knows the truth. And also, we saw something that's going to give us even more hope. Patrick Mahomes isn't going to be back by week 1 of the regular season. I'll tell you why. He's going to be back somewhere else in the season. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Fellas, you know what time of the year it is. It's the season of love. Sex, intimacy, and love are essential to fulfilling relationships. Erectile dysfunction, though, can take a serious toll on all of that, stealing enjoyment, weakening intimacy, and placing stress on partners that can feel overwhelming. But ED doesn't have to continue impacting your relationship. Remember, men, it's not just about you. We all understand how important sex is in a relationship for you and for your partner. Erectile dysfunction can take that away, often creating serious strain on the relationship as well. That's why you should go see my people over at Heartland Men's Health. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to the sex, intimacy, and love and bring you closer together. Heartland Men's Health has 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas, Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. Call them today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Right now, new FanDuel customers get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days. Here's how it works. Place a tournament bet using the token, and if it doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. You can mix things up with same-game parlays for an even bigger payout. So visit FanDuel.com/local to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/local. Remember, place a tournament bet using the token, and if it doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. I am jonesing for a Duke-UConn matchup in what should have been Kansas region. That one is a great potential Elite Eight matchup. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after receipt. Tokens are received in increments of 1 per day. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Gold, and my friends over at Shawnee Mission Ford are ready to make this the best truck month ever. You know how much I loved driving the F-150. You can drive one now as well. In fact, 25 F-150s now have 0% for 60 months, 90 days till your first payment, and large discounts and the no-charge lifetime warranty. Or you could get a new Maverick for $3,000 off MSRP. Come celebrate Truck Month at Shawnee Mission Ford. They're on a mission to do more in 26.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
I wanted a new color printer to add pizzazz to my prints.
Ooh, pizzazz can be pricey.
Well, now at Staples, you get up to 30% off select HP printers.
30% off an HP?
Yeah, I saved $120 on an HP Smart Tank 6001 with up to 3 years of ink included.
Why, that could be the last printer you'll ever need.
Could be.
Shop your local Staples today for big savings on HP.
That was easy.
Available in-store, online, or on the app. It's 4-4 exclusions apply.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Well, we finally made it. It's spring, and I have spring fever. I love getting outside and cooking on the flat top or the grill, and Hy-Vee has the best meat department in KC. They've got the freshest, top-quality cuts of corn-fed beef from the Midwest and the best prices in town. They also have bacon-wrapped chicken breast and stuffed pork chops, plus the fresh seafood we love at home. Making a meal with a twice-baked potato. It's the best meat department in town. They've got the steaks, they've got the chicken, they've got the seafood, and you can get it only at Hy-Vee.
3, 2, 1. It's mid-March, and Kansas City is crazy about college hoops. Pick your bracket, call your friends, and count on Hy-Vee for all your game day snacks. Hy-Vee makes your watch party easy with a huge selection of ready-to-serve party trays, boneless wings, barbecue, sushi, pizza, and fresh bakery goods. Order ahead through the Hy-Vee app, online, or at your favorite store. Even if your bracket is a bust, your watch party will be a winner only at Hy-Vee.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber, ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. On the Missouri East Side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown. It's a 12-minute trip. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber, marches their canned food pickup for harvesters. In business since 2012. Residential service and project work, light commercial and rooter service. Visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Say, hey, chill out. It's Thursday, opening day of Major League Baseball, full of games today. And oh, by the way, at 6, you can get even more sports horny because then the Sweet 16 starts, or the half of the Sweet 16.
That's right. 4 games tonight in the Sweet 16, 4 games tomorrow in the Sweet 16. Love it, love it, love it, man. Let's go. Oh, the NIT's still a thing. I just saw NIT scores.
Yeah, Bruce Pearl's son was there last night.
Oh, was he? Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, Auburn won. They beat Nevada last night. Good for them.
Yeah, Bruce said if they win the NIT, they should play in the Final Four.
No, he did not, did he? Oh, God. I wouldn't be surprised, though. I mean, Dan Orlovsky said that, what's his name never played in Fernando Mendoza never played in a big game, and he won a national championship.
I said they'll Self was going to retire yesterday.
Well, he said that BS, right? Yeah,
right away.
It's funny, man, how this whole thing went down yesterday. Now, I'm sure there's still conversation. I talked to a friend of his yesterday, and I go, "What's the real deal here?" And they go, "He wants to coach. He wants to coach, but and the health thing is still a very real deal for Bill Self, and so they've got to figure out the health situation. But mentally, he wants to be there. Like if you were to say you had to retire from your job because let's just say you lost your voice, right, which was what we do for a living, but mentally,
Patrick Mahomes last night.
yeah, exactly. Like what if you talk like that and you couldn't do that job anymore, but mentally you're still there and you still want to do it and you still have the passion and the drive to be able to do it, but that voice was taken away or whatever it is that you do for a living, the main thing was kind of taken away. That's kind of what Bill's dealing with right now. And so mentally, I want to coach. I want to do this. I'm still in love with coaching. It's not that I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, can I continue to do this anymore? And that's what they're kind of working through right now, with Bill Self and the University of Kansas. And he talked to Gary Bedore yesterday. He said the rumors were BS, which is great. I love that he came out and he said that and told everybody, exactly where it is. And that's the way you kind of handle things, right? Address it, which they didn't do with Darren Peterson, but now they're doing it with this because there was so much speculation yesterday.
Yeah, Gordy says it's probably there. Or Gary
Bedore.
Yeah,
well, he said he texted me. I got the text message. BS, whatever. So it doesn't mean it's officially official that he's not going to go anywhere or whatnot. But right now, he's not announcing his retirement. I think the longer it goes on, the better it is for KU fans knowing that Bill may be back next year. What
do you think after the tournament's over?
I don't know. I think
college basketball have its thing because he knows.
Yeah.
Bill's not dumb. He knows his clout in the sport.
Right.
He could distract.
He could destroy the whole Final Four.
Literally. It could be 100%. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know if it is. Warm take, cold take, whatever. If it was Duke, Houston, Michigan, Zona, Final Four, and on the day of, Bill Self's like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. Yep, gone. Yeah, everybody's focused on that.
Hang on. And you know what they're going to do? It is the Final Four. We are here in Indianapolis. Welcome to the game today, folks. You know what's interesting today? Bill Self putting it down. You're like, okay.
Well,
I don't know if that's how they would do it, but it would be brought up throughout the game.
Right.
And it would be one of the first things they'd talk about once the tip had happened and the game was going
Well,
on.
it's funny you bring that up, though, Dusty, because I actually lived that back in 2003 when Roy Williams was making his decision on leaving the University of Kansas to go to North Carolina. And we were in Anaheim, and we were playing Duke and Arizona, back-to-back games for the right to go to the Final Four. And I was tipped off that Roy was done. He was leaving the University of Kansas. And I remember that, and I was doing the pre- and post-game show for KU at the time on KMBZ, and that was the topic. That was the conversation that I've been told that Bill is going to leave the University of Kansas. He's going to go to North Carolina after the Final Four, after the, whenever the season ends for Kansas at that point in time, because we were in Anaheim for the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight. And I'll never forget, they're sitting at a table in the arena doing the show, and how many people were pissed. And this was before text lines and social media and all that kind of stuff. So the interaction you had were the phone calls of people.
For sure.
How could you talk about this right now? We're getting ready to go play. I go, because this is the story right now. This is what everybody's talking about. And he ended up leaving, obviously, and he told Bonnie Bernstein, I don't give a rip about North Carolina and all that kind of stuff. And that was the story before we even got to the Final Four about all of that. And so when you have a dominating coach like that who's making a monumental decision, yeah, it is going to be the biggest story that is out there. And Bill has too much respect for the game, I believe, to steal the spotlight from the Final Four. But also, he's also, if he is going to leave, and again, we don't know the final decision, you got to let your school know, because North Carolina's open right now, and TJ Otzelberger's now staying at Iowa State, and for
now, Iowa State doesn't have the money. These other
but
schools
they ended. I guess they paid him yesterday. The AD came out.
They did. You're right.
They paid him yesterday. Yeah, so
that's right.
they gave him his money yesterday. So he's staying. Right. The May kid at Michigan, they're working with him to see if he can end up staying at Michigan. And so I don't know how any of that impacts anything. It shouldn't impact the damn thing when it comes to somebody's health.
They should go see if Coach K wants to do it. Coach K versus John Shire, 2029.
How good would that be? I would sign up for that, though. That would be outstanding.
The successor and the predecessor.
The successor to Bill Self is Mike Krzyzewski. I mean, that would be just outstanding to see. So we're in a holding pattern right now. But everybody that I've talked to has said, yeah, he still wants to coach, but So they've got to figure out the but before we get a decision on that. And we all want to race to figure out what's going to happen before the person himself even knows. And I think that's where we are in life. Like, we're trying to put the cart ahead of the horse, and we shouldn't do that when it comes to somebody who's dealing with a health issue right now.
I will say this, and I think I'm glad that you ended that way, because I don't think his family is the first thing that he's got to consult with. I think it's the doctors and the medical team.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
the season's over, so now you can kind of have like your postseason test run, and the doctor will be like, all right, here we are. Because before the season starts, it's probably like, yep, you're checking out all right, but you haven't gone through the media drama. You haven't gone through the season drama. You haven't talked to the boosters all season. Darren Peterson's storyline, all this stuff that had just happened. Then he goes and gets all these tests, gets it done. His doc's like, Bill, honestly, it's pretty high right now. And you're going to do this again next year. It's just going to, and then it's like, this is now a decision for you and your family. So that's why I wonder if it's, I don't know, mid-April, post,
who knows?
Post-April when it comes to it. But I think it's medical staff that he's going to talk to, because everything you hear of is Bill Self. Why would he set it down? And it's immediately right to, it's like the health scare.
Health scare, yeah. I mean, and he's just going to have one health scare, guys. I mean, this is like 3 or 4 health scares that we've now seen. And he's lost a ton of weight. He looks great. He looks young. He looks fantastic.
And you wonder if the job is causing the health scares.
Absolutely it is.
Like the majority of it. Because at first it was like his diet wasn't great. You're eating red meat and drinking red wine all the time. Which
look, we hammered burritos for years at Salty Iguana, right?
So, heart issues are very genetic, too.
I
have a friend whose dad died way younger than he should have due to heart issues, and now he's like dealing with that already, and he's getting in better shape. He's eating better.
Every 2 years, I go for a heart scan to find out where it is, because the percentage of plaque that's backed up in your heart is what really matters. And so I go in every 2 years to make sure that that's okay. And they look at that and they go, yeah, you're good. You're fine. But if it starts to get up, it's something that you can handle in the course thing. But as men, we never want to get our health checked ever, right? And I'm a different bird. I'll go to any doctor anytime. I don't care, because I want to make sure that I'm okay, because I got my kids to look after, and I've got, hopefully grandchildren to look after. And I want to be there for all of that. And that's kind of where Bill is right now. And if this job is risking his life, then you just can't do that anymore. And there should be no hard feelings for anybody in a situation like that. Everybody should appreciate kind of what he's going through. And if he has to take all the time in the world to get as many opinions and tests done as he can to figure this thing out, then go for it. And I don't think there should be any pressure from anybody. We need a decision. And I don't think anybody's doing that. But that's kind of the media side of things. Everybody wants the answer today.
There's people in that booster club that's like, we need answers right now.
Well,
you want my money?
Yeah.
You tell me what's going on with
then
Bill.
you can take a short walk off a long pier, or whatever the saying is, or you be like a tree and get out of here. Get bent, exactly. I'll be honest with you, if there's a booster that is doing that, you can go F yourself, dude.
Well, you probably told 2 or 3 of them just now to go F themselves. Yeah. Again, back to the story, Bill Self texted the Kansas City Star yesterday, said, no news, all BS, bad info. And that came from Bill Self's maybe post-press conference when he said, I love what I do. I need to be able to do it where I'm feeling good and healthy to do it fairly well. So
I'd be shocked if he wasn't there next year.
You would be shocked. You're
shocked.
I'm kind of.
He's selling Max Minute, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure that is also matching my take. But yeah, I would be shocked. I mean, Greg Popovich dealt with health issues, not necessarily heart, but health issues for years. They winded down some of his duties.
Yeah.
Like, he had other people take over some practices.
Right.
And there's things we can work around.
I think what the number one thing is, at least from the outside looking in at college sports, the number one thing, and I've said this for years, is dealing with the recruiting. That would be the most stressful thing that you have to deal with, because you're dealing with 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, and then everything that comes along with that. You're trying to impress these kids all the time. You're worried about whether or not you're going to get these kids to go to your school. Now you got the money thing that's involved with all of this. And and especially now with Kansas in the money situation, they're $14 million in the red over there in that athletic department.
I'm also not trying to debunk your take there, but the way that the sport has evolved, he's not doing as much as he may have done 10 years ago.
Yeah, right.
He's got guys that are like his, and then like when it's serious time, then Daddy Bill walks into the house.
But they've always had that. I mean,
but not to the extent of now where like you also in college can hire a general
manager. Yeah,
and I'll add on, like, a lot of that's not walking to the house anymore. It's hey over Zoom.
Yeah.
He's in his house. He's in his office.
Right.
Yep.
So it's again, I'm not saying that it's not easy, right? I'm not saying that, but I'm also saying it's easier than it was, if any of that makes
and
sense.
And then, too, what you guys also, probably understand is the self-pressure, no pun intended, but the pressure you put on yourself every single day. I'm sure everybody goes through that. You wake up in the morning, you go, okay, I've got the pressures of doing this. I've got to do great at my job. I got to do great for my kids. So you've got that internal pressure that creates that stress on you that nobody's putting on you other than yourself, and that's the hardest to get rid of.
If you were Bill and you had a daughter, would you name her Maya?
No.
Okay.
I would name her All By My.
All By My. All By My. Maya, get over here. There's those self kids. I'll tell you what, Bob was wrong about Patrick Mahomes, how he says he'll be back by week 1. I saw that man throw yesterday. He's going to be back by preseason.
Oh,
game
of course
1.
he is.
I know that I'm hard. What are we thinking? Come on.
Why did anybody doubt me when I said it the day after the injury, he will be back for week 1? No, it's not going to. I told you.
Yeah, so the video that goes viral yesterday, and I thought it was funny because our guy Pete Sweeney had a fun tweet about it. He goes, coincidence or not, Patrick Mahomes tweets out a video that he can throw a football, and the exact hour later, we are announced that there's this game going to be played in Australia on a Thursday, but a Friday, but you're watching on a Saturday, and everybody else can watch it on a Sunday, but it might air on Monday.
Right.
You think I'm joking, but it's something worded like that. I put in the doc, and I said, what the hell is that? Like the Bob voice.
Yeah. What the hell was that? We're opening on a Wednesday in Seattle because they're playing Thursday in Australia. They can't play Friday, which I'm glad they brought this up because of the antitrust stuff. The NFL, if they want to keep their antitrust exemption, they cannot compete on weekends with high school and college football until a certain date later in the season. When they open that schedule up in December and you start to see those Saturday games, that's when that window of opportunity opens up for the NFL. So they couldn't play Friday because it was too late into the antitrust exemption thing. I guess September 10th is the deadline because September 11th, I believe, is that Friday. So they're going to play Wednesday. They're going to play Thursday. And then we're going to go to Sunday, right? There's nothing else in between that. So that's where the NFL is right now, Wednesday, Thursday to start the season. And I didn't remember this in 2012. The Giants started on a Wednesday night because they had the Democratic Convention on a Thursday, so they bumped up the NFL to play the day before the opening of Thursday night football. They played it on a Wednesday night, but that's the only time we've seen a Wednesday night opener other than the Christmas games that the Chiefs had to play a couple of years ago.
This year's in Australia. So the Chiefs are going to play the Seahawks, right? Because Mahomes posted the video.
I would imagine,
and
yeah.
And then the Seahawks, that's kind of what Pete was getting at. And it's just kind of, you think about it, you're like, is that going to happen? Because the Chiefs played the Seahawks on the road. That's their home game overseas. I know our buddy Aussie Roberts dying to get that game because he'll be like, hey, I'll get down there. I'll go watch Mahomes with one leg, no leg, or 5 legs.
No, the 49ers and Rams are in Australia, and so Seattle is opening at home.
Seattle's got to be at home.
Seattle's opening at home.
I'm glad they're not making them do that. Yeah, that would not be fair.
No doubt. But yeah, man, Wednesday night, that's funky. As long as it's not like.
But there's nothing before though. It's not like you're working on a short week or anything like that.
No.
I don't mind a Wednesday opener for the first game.
Half bye week for week 2.
Well, yeah, and then you essentially got 2 weeks off because you got the rest of that week, but then you got to travel back from Australia too, which is not exactly the best.
Are those pictures real in Australia, of the spiders and the bats and all that stuff? They're just gigantic.
Probably.
But
it's probably in one small spot that no one goes to.
That's exactly right. Like when we were in
you don't want to go to New York. Where are you at?
Yeah, right. That's the thing though. These TV cameras
at night.
go to the worst places. We were told years ago we went to Paris. Don't go to Paris. There's many strikes. You're not going to be able to do anything. There were 4 people striking from 1 to 2, and the cameras filmed that and said this is a strike thing. That's why it's
15 strikes in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you guys still think Mahomes week 1, right? We're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no question.
No question.
My question is now, how much of the preseason does he play?
Yeah.
That's really what I'm looking at.
And how many of the OTAs can he get to, right? And how many of the training camp practices can he get to? And maybe you're looking at mandatory mini camp the first time that he quote unquote steps on the field. He's going to be out there in May throwing the football
100%.
around.
Yes.
He's going to be doing this kind of stuff. I just don't understand why anybody would have doubted this when we said it a year ago, months ago. 100 days ago, I think it was now that he blew out that knee.
Right.
Why are you doubting that he's not going to be back for opening day? Because what in your landscape of watching this guy play football had told you, there's no way he's going to be back? Have you not watched this guy for the last 8-9 years do what he did? The man played with a kneecap pointing to the left 3 weeks later. He played on an ankle that nobody else could have played on in a playoff game. You're doubting Patrick Mahomes? That's dumb.
And Justin Fields signing last week kind of should have told you that as well. Like, okay, they're not planning for an elongated absence of Patrick Mahomes 4 to 6 games and having this guy take the helm.
No.
Justin Fields is an addition to the offense as a weapon.
Right.
And they know they can do that because they'll have Patrick Mahomes.
Right. How do you see him as a weapon to the offense, though?
Oh, yeah. I guess you were.
Was he gone that week?
Yeah, I think you were. Yeah, when that happened. Yeah, he's going to be huge in the red zone. He's fantastic speed guy. I mean, I think Andy Reid is just going to have a plethora of ideas with trick plays with him.
You think they're actually going to utilize the backup quarterback?
Absolutely. I think he will play often. Yes.
I think you also have the capability of Andy being kind of cheeky, because one thing we know is Xavier Worthy's really good at running just straight down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have that capability instead of Travis or Thornton throwing the ball down there, or Thornton goes down there. You run some sort of gimmicky play with Fields, and he's got an arm. He's a quarterback. He just goes.
Throws it down the field.
You don't need Xavier
push.
That,
push
or you could use some jet sweeps.
Yeah.
You could do misdirection.
One of the best running quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah.
He's durable. He's big.
That would be interesting to see them do something like that. That would be kind of fun.
He's got longer arms than Ruben Bain that we found out.
Well, I mean, in that case, well, of course he does.
Hey, Mac, who am I?
Yeah.
I'm Ruben Bain.
Is he still on the arm thing? Binkley?
Come on. He never got off it, man.
I know.
Let me ask you this, guys.
He
because,
never changes.
Brett Veach, best draft 2022, correct?
100%.
Team needed to revamp their defense and to gain an identity back, get young, get faster. What has Bob been saying about this team this year? Get young, get faster, right? Can the 2022 draft be duplicated this year, but instead of defensively, offensively?
Yeah, I think it can.
I think you have to do it with that mindset. I think because of the way that we see things happen. Now, look, I want edge round 1. That's just been my dream pick. I've said Ruben Bain since the start of it, and that's what I want. I want that guy to be the defensive end. That's where I'm at. You guys can, decide on what you like, whether it's receiver. And I know they're going to have these conversations about a tackle. And look, Mahomes has a knee injury. We need to protect him at all costs. But they paid Jalen Moore, I think, to be the right tackle. And when I see people get paid like that from the Chiefs organization, I truly believe they're going to play. Juwan Taylor, Orlando Brown. Even though you don't like the signings, they paid them. They're playing. So I think you go offense heavy in this draft, because if you can develop these offensive players and actually hit, because you're going to draft at a much more premier position or in the draft, I think if you can take 22's draft and turn that into this year and make it more of like an offensive swing, then I think you have a chance at really getting this team back to the promised land faster than you thought maybe you would this year.
I think you have to do that on the offensive end, because I don't know how many weapons you truly have right now.
It is the cheap way.
And it is the cheap way to do it, because you're not signing these guys in free agency. I saw another Tyreek Hill. He could sign with the Chargers or Chiefs after the draft. That doesn't make your team better. Tyreek Hill doesn't make you better as an organization than the Henry Ruggs thing. He's getting ready to come out of jail. I'm sure he'll end up here at some point in time. But, I mean, you look at, what's going on with the wide receiver position right now and how many of these guys are getting paid all over the place. You've got to draft these guys. You've got to develop these guys. And I think that's what their goal is going to be, this offseason, is to go out there and kind of stockpile through the draft. Again, like we said yesterday, what haven't they done? And that's the wide receiver. They have not addressed the wide receiver position at all here. Yeah, but he was already here. It's like that they didn't address that position. They didn't go out and free agency this. They didn't trade for this. That's why it tells me the draft is going to be where they're going to get their wide receivers. And they know they have to, because they read the room in 22 when they traded Tyreek Hill, that the price for a draft pick for the free agent signing of a wide receiver was going to get out of hand.
You have 10 picks. How many do you think are offensive?
10. No.
I would
offensive picks, or maybe
6.
a lot. Yeah.
I would say 6.
Really?
You need a corner. You need an edge. Probably need a linebacker somewhere in there, I'm thinking, and then possibly a defensive tackle, I think. That would be the 4 I would – maybe not linebacker, but you could go 2 tackles on defense, an edge, and a corner. Do you draft a safety? I don't know. Caleb Downs falls to 9.
Downs is at 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to get him.
You have to, yeah.
I think pick 9 is defense. In my personal opinion, that's where I would go. That's what you need the most. Your first overall draft pick in the draft should be your most impactful chance at playing for your team, and should be. And if you need that on the defensive edge, then I think that's where you go. And then after that, house money, Brett. I don't care what you do if you take a defensive edge on first pick at 9.
But also, too, I don't want them reaching at number 9. If that edge guy isn't there, like if Ruben Bain's gone and the next best edge guy is gone,
Fair.
I would rather take the first best wide receiver than the third best defensive end.
That's just my wish pick, right? Like, I know that the draft can change the minute the first pick is taken, which we know is Mendoza. And then after that, it's kind of like, all right, which one of these next 3 teams is going with Jordan Love?
Jeremiah
Love.
Yep.
Once he's gone, you're like, okay, that's out. And then the next pick is, all right, is it going to be Downs soon? Okay, Downs is still there, and boom, next guy. So, I mean, it shuffles up and it's different. But look, if you ask me on today, it's the same as it was at the end of the season. I want a powerful edge rusher.
Yes.
If it's there, take it.
I think Jeremiah Love goes to the Giants, though.
I get that. I'm seeing that
especially
more
with
and
the
more now.
Cam Scadaboo stuff that's been coming out, man.
It didn't make sense at first, but I kind of get it now.
That guy has a horrible agent. That agent's got to be in Cam Scadaboo's head being, dude, shut up.
I mean,
the only fruit you like is the grape jelly from the Uncrustable, and you think that CTE is fake?
Yeah, it's a myth and an excuse, and asthma's fake, too, he said.
Oh.
Personally, I would draft more defense.
Yeah.
And just because on offense, I think we're set other than wide receiver. Draft wide receivers if it's 2 or 3 of those. The rest, I mean, the defense, every position needs help.
Yeah, it does.
Every position group you could say needs addition.
That's fair.
That's a lot, yeah.
Coming up on the other side, we have the odds are out maybe for the next NBA team name and what the NBA needs to fix because what do we call him? Baltimore? Adam Silver?
Show me his face.
That's right. He's got to go, dude. Here on 96.5 The Fan, you're home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Rob Britton from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And Rob, I'm Scott Parks from Dana and Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch KC will feature the biggest names who made the World Cup in Kansas City possible, plus the biggest storylines heading into this summer's tournament. This is not a podcast about soccer. Don't get us wrong. This is a podcast about Kansas City. This is a podcast for Kansas City. And this is a podcast that'll tell the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes will be released every Wednesday starting on March 4th, as well as video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ's social channels.
Subscribe and download to Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series with myself, Rob Bretton, on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Join Cody and Gold live this Friday, 10 to 2 at Rally House Independence for the Rally With Us MLB Opening Day event. Shop Royals gear. First 100 fans get up to 40% off. Plus, chances to win gift cards and home opener tickets courtesy of The Fan. Details at 965thefan.com.
Some things just go together, like peanut butter and jelly, or a Casey's spicy chicken sandwich and a 49-cent medium fountain drink, or a Casey's breakfast sandwich and a 49-cent fountain drink, or even Casey's limited time hot ham and Swiss sliders and a 49-cent fountain drink. You get the idea. It's not crazy. It's Casey's. See store for details.
On MLB opening day, baseball isn't just back, it's back on NBC and Peacock. And leading off, it's a coast-to-coast doubleheader. First, the Pirates take on the Mets in NYC. Then in primetime, the Diamondbacks visit the World Series champion Dodgers. Let's start the show. MLB is back on NBC and Peacock. Today, 1 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
On MLB opening day, baseball isn't just back, it's back on NBC and Peacock. And leading off, it's a coast-to-coast doubleheader. First, the Pirates take on the Mets in NYC. Then in primetime, the Diamondbacks visit the World Series champion Dodgers. Let's start the show. MLB is back on NBC and Peacock. Today, 1 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern.
Calling all college hoops fans. Make your next bet during March matchups at BetMGM go even further with an odds boost token. Simply add any tournament bet to your bet slip and activate your odds boost token. If that bet hits, you'll walk away with a higher payout for a tournament full of unforgettable moments. BetMGM is your sports book for all of it. Enjoy same-game parlays, live betting through all your favorite games, dark mode, and so much more during March matchups. And when there's a break in the tournament action or you're looking to switch things up, check out daily promotions and offers for all your favorite sports. Don't miss your chance at a bigger March matchup score with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri side 70 westbound past 470. Accident in the left lane, keeping things heavy from about Woods Chapel. And past that, things slow again on the east side, right around 31st Street with construction. Kansas side 35 southbound, slowing past Antioch with an accident. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
No dirty little secret. We'll be giving out 5 more Royals subscriptions starting at 7:15.
Yep.
7:15-ish window. You want to hear the Vern drop that we will play? EB caller number 5, 913-586-7965. And you've got a chance to be on the phone with Mac Maury and then a free Royals TV subscriber for the whole entire year. That'll start tomorrow night. Don't forget, we'll all be at Maloney's tomorrow night. Royals game versus Atlanta. First pitch, 6:15. We'll be out there having a good old time. Mac and I will be doing some early on videos out there, kind of setting the tone for you. Feel free to come out and buy Mac. And Mac loves tequila. So, big tequila guy. And Bob is now a gin guy. So,
there you go.
No, Heineken Zeros, man. I'll drink those all night long. Nice. That's where I'm at right now. Love it.
And you can take me home. So we said yesterday it's going to be Seattle and Las Vegas.
Yep.
Mac, give me an automatic. Can't think about it. What's Seattle's team name?
I like
Seattle. It's Supersonics.
Dang it! I was wanting him to guess a name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get bent.
Thanks for listening.
I want him to go with something like the Spades.
Yeah, but they're not. Is Seattle, you mean, or Las Vegas?
Or Las Vegas. Oh, yeah, you're talking about Seattle? Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I would like them to go with the Supersonics, obviously.
Yeah, they are. I think that has to be the rule.
Just if you're go back?
If you're going to bring this team back.
They have to.
No, I think that's part of the deal. Like they keep saying we're rebirthing the Supersonics.
Okay, good.
So.
Is that like saying you get unlimited Mountain Dews when you need limit 5?
Yeah, but it's actually 5.
Yeah. No, I think they're going to rebirth it just like they did with the Browns and Cleveland and that. So I would assume if they don't, they're idiots.
Yeah, no, exactly. That everyone loved the name, loved the logo, the colors.
You go right back to that. You don't overthink this if you're Seattle. And I don't think they are because everything I saw was the rebirth of the Supersonics.
Which is fair. That's the layup, right? That's the easy way out.
We all
you don't
love
have to think about it. Vegas's team name, you got to think about it.
Yes.
And I'm going to be honest with you. If they don't go at plus 1,000 offshore betting on what Vegas's team name could be, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. The Las Vegas Jokers?
You like the Jokers.
Then you go get Jokic.
Yeah. No, that's a bad name because they're going to be bad and you're going to be the Jokers and all that kind of stuff.
You can't do something that plays off the Knights. Because they got the LA Knights out there for hockey, right?
Las Vegas Knights. Vegas Knights. They got the Vegas Aces.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where I was going. Let's play with that's the women's basketball team.
Right.
Playing off the cards.
What do the Raiders play off of out there? Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
The A's. But they were, we don't know what they're going to be called. Are they going to be called the A's?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So the A's, the Aces, the Knights, the Raiders, The Mirage?
That's the leader in the clubhouse,
That
right?
sucks.
Yeah, I think that name stinks.
That hotel's gone, isn't it?
Yeah, they're changing it over.
Yeah,
so,
like every hotel's gone in Vegas.
Yeah, they got the Mirage is the number one with the odds, which I don't like. Then Jokers, Outlaws, and Venom are on that list. I would go with the Venom because my daughter's soccer team one year was called Venom, and we were out there watching the game, and my mother was in town, and everybody's cheering, go Venom. And my mother comes up to my wife and goes, Venom is a terrible name for a child. Why would somebody, Mom, that's the name of the team.
That's great.
Oh, my God.
That's awesome.
So, in my heart, I like Venom. I think that would be pretty good.
What about Sidewinders?
That's kind of cool. That's more of a baseball name, I feel like, right?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, but we're here at Sidewinders versus Thunder. We tip off on the other side of this break.
What about the LeBrons at plus 3,300?
That's great.
Isn't he going to be part owner of this team? Didn't they already say he's investing money to
word
buy
on
this
that. Yes,
team, right?
yes.
So the LeBrons would be good. I mean,
The Royals.
He's narcissistic. He might as well do it, right?
The Royals have odds at plus 2,500.
Yeah, go for it, man.
That'd be funny. Well, their colors are probably going to be, black and something else, because every Las Vegas team basically so far has done that. The Aces, the Raiders, obviously they joined, and then you've got the Knights, or black and gold. So they're going to be black and something else most likely. Just trying to think about a name that goes with like the Blackjacks.
Yeah, I don't really know what a good name is, and I don't know why, and I don't think it's important, in my opinion, to have some sort of Vegas name to go along with it that's corny. Like you don't need they're the Blackjacks. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You don't need that.
The Golden Showers.
I don't know if we need that one, but
Plus 10,000.
Boy, would I be excited if that did happen.
Take a flyer.
Plus 10,000, you said?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's the last one on the list.
Huh.
Lounge lizards at plus 5,000.
Yeah, there's some interesting
lounge lizards.
This is
that's a cool name.
It's very close to lot lizard, and you don't want to get close to that.
No.
There's a lot of people that know what that is.
The Degenerates is a good one too.
Love that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but either way, I don't think that's the NBA's. Because do you agree with a lot of these people that say the NBA shouldn't expand because they don't have the talent to?
No, I don't agree with that. I actually think the talent level is going to be fine. I think the talent level is bigger and better than it's ever been at the NBA. So I think they do have enough talent to add the two teams. My thing is the tanking. My thing is teams are choosing to tank, and now you're just adding two more teams.
Yeah, that are going to be bad.
And I don't think they're going to be bad because of the lack of talent. They're just going to be bad because they won't know how to run a team. They'll just choose to get picks, whatever. So now that's my thing. I think we have other things to figure out. Also, I don't think Las Vegas deserves a team by any means. There's people don't live there. Like it's a transplant city. They've got Utah Jazz right there.
It's also struggling. Nobody wants to visit there either.
No,
it's too expensive.
It is expensive, but MGM is rolling out these all-inclusives now for 2 nights for $330 for 2 people. You get 2 nights. You get a show. You get 3 meals each day. You get a couple of drinks each day. You get to ride the roller coaster. It's actually not a bad
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it really is. $330 for 2 days.
But in Vegas.
That's what they're trying to do without that.
Yeah, it is that.
So
you don't have to go Carnival. You can just go here.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, I just look at these names like Neon Lights, Silver, there's nothing good. Nothing jumps out for me. And Brother Ryan always used to say the hardest thing about doing running a sports team is picking the name. Picking the name and picking the colors is the hardest thing that you have to do, because if you don't get that right, man, that sticks with you forever. And I don't like any of the names,
no, I don't
quite
like
frankly, that are on this list.
No.
And so I hope they can think outside the box a little bit, come up with something better than what BetAG has come up with for some of the odds that you can place your wagers on to find out what the name of this team is going to be.
Like the Seattle Kraken killed it.
That was great. Oh, my God.
Beautiful rollout.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Nobody even heard of that word before, right?
Kraken.
And so maybe there's something in Las Vegas like the Sinatras you could do, or I don't know. I'm just the Rat Pack. Why not call them the Vegas Rat Pack?
Go.
That would be a hell of a name.
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be kind of fun.
You do fun stuff with the logos.
Yeah.
Here come the rats.
Why don't you call them the Snake Eyes?
To do that. I don't mind that. But it's going to be, I don't know. Again, I'm glad I don't have to deal with naming that team and picking a name.
The Las Vegas Bets Off.
Bets Off. The Vegas Vice. From the 253, Bob is correct. Seattle will be the Sonics. You can trust me, Ron Jothstein.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
That's right. There we go, baby. Keep it alive. Keep it alive.
I mean, if you're the Seattle team and you don't do that, you're just foolish. You're
Why
just
can't
dumb.
you be called the Slots?
Slots.
Well, because you can change a vowel, and
and then it gets
you can
pretty
do that
rough.
with Jazz Chisholm
Yeah,
too. Here
exactly.
we are.
Yeah, yeah.
He was good last night, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
on
was
the audio.
entertaining. Yeah,
Okay.
he was entertaining. Him and Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston was very entertaining.
I wonder if anybody's opinion changed a little with Jazz Chisholm last night.
With how entertaining he was?
With, like, being that guy. Like, you're like, okay, well, he's not playing my team, so I hate him. So that's out of it. But, like,
I like the fact that he admitted that everybody in baseball cheats. Just told everybody what we've been saying for years. I think that's important to let everybody know, like, because you got these holy rollers out there, like, it's cheating in baseball. It's only no, everybody's cheating. And Jazz Chisholm said that last night. He goes, yeah, we all cheat. Which is, yes, that's what goes on in baseball. It has for 1,000 years.
It goes on in sports.
Yes, it does. It goes on in sports. Ask Bill Belichick why he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh.
Dang.
Okay, fellas, Royals baseball starts on Friday. I want you to get into your thinking cap and give me some bold predictions. Go outside the box. Go there. Don't say, I think Bobby Witt Jr. will steal 25 bases. Come on now. Get creative with this on the other side. How about you, text line? You as well. 913-586-7965. Give me a bold prediction for your Kansas City Royals. Player-wise, team-wise, win-wise, it doesn't matter wise. Just give it to me on the text line. 913-586-7965. We'll do it on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quatrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, we're starting to get into that time of year where everybody's busy. You got a lot going on. You got banquets, you got weddings, you've got graduation parties, you've got springtime parties, you've got watch parties, and you're going to need food for all of that. And Hy-Vee can take care of everything. Whether you're entertaining your family and friends or just having a watch party at your house, Hy-Vee has something for everyone. They can help with trays to full-service catering. And Hy-Vee also has grab-and-go options for last-minute get-togethers, or they can do all the cooking, the setup, and even take care of that horrible cleanup for you as well. Hy-Vee's out here helping every possible way they can, and they have a wide range of menu options to suit your budget, from ready to heat and serve meals to that full service catering. And it's good for any size group or occasion, whether it's a wedding, a graduation, a corporate lunch, watch party. It doesn't matter. Hy-Vee has got you covered with all of their catering. So when you're thinking about having that party, think about Hy-Vee. Let them do all the work for you. Let them do all the cooking, the cleaning, the setup, all of that, and they'll take care of life for you and make it so much easier, because that's what Hy-Vee's all about, making life easier for everybody. Only at Hy-Vee.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you wash that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever. Now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
I wanted a new color printer to add pizzazz to my prints.
Ooh, pizzazz can be pricey.
Well, now at Staples, you get up to 30% off select HP printers.
30% off at HP?
Yeah, I saved $120 on an HP Smart Tank 6001 with up to 3 years of ink included.
Why, that could be the last printer you'll ever need.
Could be.
Shop your local Staples today for big savings on HP.
That was easy.
Available in-store, online, or on the app. It's 4-4. Exclusions apply.
Feeling the heat? Don't sweat it. Turn to Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling. With temperatures rising, now's the time to make sure your AC is ready to keep you cool. Whether it's your home or your business, Comfort Systems services both residential and commercial systems across the Kansas City area. Call today for a fast tune-up, repair, or a system upgrade so you can stay cool all summer long. Family owned and operated since 1990, comforting people is what we do. Comfort Systems is right for you. MyComfortSystems.com.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
J. Rieger & Co. Oh, so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City. J. Rieger & Co. Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Winner of Best Craft Bourbon at the 2025 Ascot Awards. At 90 proof, it's rich, well-balanced, and oh, so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri side 70 westbound starts to slow at Woods Chapel, gets heavier at Little Blue Parkway, stays slow past 470 with an accident blocking the left lane. Kansas side 35 southbound before Johnson Drive with trouble there, keeping things solid back into the 635 interchange. 635 southbound heavy from Shawnee Drive. Alan Carr 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Burns on Deck show for the Royals home opener against the Twins on March 30th starts at 2. First pitch just after 3. All right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City in Odyssey Sports Station.
I'm proud of you all. We've already got some bold predictions. It's all the small things that you have to worry about. I know, work sucks. See how I did there? In reverse.
Everybody knows that, right? I like it, though. Good job out of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Happy Thursday. I don't know if I had ever woken up in a better mood. No, I didn't get laid last night. That's fine. 72 degrees when you got in your car this morning to go to work.
I got the top off the Bronco, and I jumped in with the windows down this morning, and I was like, I couldn't hear the radio. The wind was blowing, and I'm like,
Never been happier.
I was like, I don't know that I'm stopping here today. And I was like,
you guys
what
got
a
it?
day.
I'm already in Omaha.
Yeah. What happened?
I didn't take the exit.
I just kept
When are you
going.
going to take the exit? I don't know. What a morning, dude. And it's going to be like 94 today or
Right,
something
I can't
like
wait
that.
to go out for a nice long walk, get some day baseball in. I was
Oh,
telling you
yeah.
guys, I can't wait. This afternoon is going to be awesome. I got a swim meet and a cheerleading banquet. I'm so excited.
Oh, you're going to take the top off and windows down. We're never going to see you again after tonight. F these kids. No, but I want to know what you guys have for me. Bold predictions. JT Noah's already sent me. He says Bobby Witt Jr. becomes a member of the 40-40 Club.
Oh, I like that. That's a good bold prediction.
Love that
That's a
from
good
Mr.
one.
JT.
Yeah, my bold prediction, the Royals will be playing for a chance to go to the World Series in the ALCS. That's going to be my bold prediction this year. I think they're that good of a baseball team from top to bottom, and they've got the pitching to do it. They've got, obviously, the stars to do it. You need superstars. You've got that core four with Garcia, with Bobby, with Vinny and Salvi. It reminds me of the core four with the Yankees when you had Jeter and Bernie and Posada.
I know that I'm hard.
You know, and those guys, I mean, that's what you need. You need that core four, and the Royals have as good a core four as anybody does in Major League Baseball, and they've got the pitching staff to go along with it.
You're taking the Dodgers core 4 and the Royals core 4.
Well, the Dodgers got a core 9.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, they're out.
We don't count the Dodgers. Can we do that? Like, we don't count the Dodgers in our conversations about reality, you know?
Look at that. That's just such a... They came out in the little trolleys last night in taxi cabs.
Taxi cabs, yeah, it was good.
And all the kids go, Mom, what are those yellow cars they're coming out of? That's the original Uber, Scotty.
Yeah, that's the taxis, yeah.
So bold predictions. Bob gives us that they're going to be playing in the ALCS.
Yep.
Mac, you got a bold prediction?
Against who, I don't know.
I was going to say, but I was afraid of getting the thanks for listening. Let's just say the Yankees.
Yeah, I hope not.
And Bobby excels and Judge craps like he did last
That'd be
night.
fantastic.
I'm going Seattle.
Ooh, they are hot favorites.
They are.
Julio Rodriguez is getting a lot of MVP votes.
Seattle's going to be a fun team. There's West Coast games. Our games are done. You can watch them as you fall asleep. Like, I think Seattle's going to be a fun ball club this year.
I'll give you a bold prediction for Seattle. Cal Raleigh won't hit 40 home runs this year.
I'm with you on that.
And their pitching staff is...
You think he's going the Brady Anderson route?
I don't think it's going to be that severe of a drop-off, but obviously he hit 60 last year.
Yeah.
I don't think he sniffs 50, and I think getting to 45 would be a massive achievement for him.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried about Seattle with the whole, I don't know. They're just going to have some conversations in that clubhouse when they get back with the whole Cal Raleigh and all the other guys not fist-bumping at the World Baseball Classic.
I've heard that's been smoothed over.
They're good?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They apparently there was they had a meeting that morning in the hotel lobby, and he said, "Don't dab me up. I'm not going to respond. Don't do it." And he did.
And he did it.
Yeah. F around and find out.
Yeah.
I'll give you the ones that I have that are some bold predictions. Give me Cole Reagans wins the Cy Young. Stays healthy, mows him down. He's got some fierce competition in the AL. He's, as of right now, the fourth best odds to win that award behind DeGrom, Crochet, and, of course, the back-to-back reigning defending champion, Tarek Skubal, as well.
What about Max Fried after last night's performance, shutting down that college lineup?
Give him a chance. Give him a chance. You know, San
Give my
Fran
guy Tony V a chance.
You know that San Fran will be there when it's all said and done. I also know this isn't maybe your favorite boldest prediction. I think Jonathan India makes everybody in Kansas City forget about 2025.
I like that bold prediction. I'm as much as I apologize for Juwan Taylor, I'm a Jonathan India apologist. I like him as a player.
With the Michael Massey injury,
he's at a position that's not as important as it was. Because remember last year, he was your opening day
third baseman. Now they moved him to the outfield.
Then it was like, and the first play of the game was a line shot to India that he bobbled, and everyone's like, all right, this is foreshadowing.
It's amazing how that turned the whole season, yeah.
And then he got hurt later on the season, got moved down to seventh in the order. Now he's playing second base. He's kind of just like a role player, as he should have been from the start. I think he was obviously going to be that, but maybe less of a role as a role player there. Another one I'll give you a bold prediction of, the Royals are going to have 4 30 home run guys this year. I think Salvi's going to do it. I think Bobby's going to do it. I think Vinny's going to do it. I think Jack Caglianone's going to do it. I think that'd be a massive. I mean, Bob talks about the core 4.
I like that.
I don't know if those are his same core 4 because he's got probably Garcia in there as well.
I got Bobby, Vinny, Garcia, and Salvi. That's your core 4.
So where I take the core of the 4 homer guys, the power guys, give me those 4 guys hit 30 bombs each. That'd be a crazy stat to have 120 home runs wrapped up in 4 players. Those are my 2026 bold predictions.
That goes, we had a 913. This team breaks the Royals record for most home runs.
That's not going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
But that's still an accomplishment.
Yeah, it's still good.
You better with the fences being moved in 10 feet now.
Mm-hmm. And with this team, right?
Yeah.
And with the power on these bats, you should be there. For me, I think Vinny becomes a household name nationwide, both because of his offensive output, but also because of his leadership and personality. I think this is his first big step. We've seen him take these little steps, World Baseball Classic being kind of a bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is his first big leap into becoming the next Pat McAfee. That is my take for Vinny Pasquantino. He is baseball's version of Pat McAfee. Better player, I think, which is going to help him too. More important, Pat was a punter. Vinny really matters to the
Nobody
Royals
really
winning.
knew McAfee when he was playing.
Not
you know,
really.
You're a punter, right? You knew the name.
He had some fun dances after good punts, which was kind of
right.
Yeah.
You're like, well, that guy's a punter.
I just knew he was
Yeah.
the Indianapolis punter. I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know he went to West Virginia, and then that's all I know.
Pasquantino has that advantage where people are going to get to know him over these next few years when he gets ready for TV, and I think he will just be a superstar.
I like that.
Off the field. Carter Jensen plays more behind the dish than Salvi. I don't know if that's bold. He will win AL Rookie of the Year. And then this is one that I want to clarify. Bobby Witt Jr. is going to be fantastic this season, but because we're so now, and we're not very patient in sports, we're going to, at the end of the year, lose in the playoffs, and we're going to have questions about Bobby Witt Jr. because he didn't play as well as he did in the regular season again, and it's going to be this whole conversation of who is Bobby Witt Jr.? Is he great, but not like that next level Hall of Famer? Is he great, but is he not, the best Royal of all time on that track anymore? I think those conversations will be brewing. I don't think they'll be fair, but I think they'll be there.
Yeah, if the playoffs happen this year, which they should, again, expectation is this is a playoff team. Anything short is a failed season for the Royals. Then the spotlight is going to be on Bobby in the playoffs and say, okay, you were great in the regular season. The only other time you had a chance at the playoffs, you were no good. Now you have an opportunity to reverse that, because if you don't, then those Aaron Judge conversations start happening.
Josh Allen, Judge, yep.
From the text line, Mac, I don't know if you've seen this, or Bob, if you've seen this, the Shane Gillis story on Vinny Pasquantino.
I haven't.
Quite hilarious.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. Is there good audio? I'll pull it for later.
Yeah, for sure. You just type in Shane Gillis, Vinny Pasquantino. Involves like window washers or something about his house. It's pretty funny. We got some bold predictions. Bobby MVP, Carter Jensen, Rookie of the Year, Royals World Series champions. Let's go. Bold prediction, Royals sweep the awards. Bobby wins MVP, Reagan Cy Young, Carter Jensen wins Rookie of the Year. Let's see here.
These are all very possible, too. Like, I hear them, I'm like, yes, on the surface, they're a bold prediction, but they're not as bold as if it was 5 years ago and we were saying Salvi could be the MVP or something like that, right? Like, these are legit expectations for this ball club. For the first time, probably, this is the first time they have these legit expectations since the 2015 season.
Our guy Kramer Sansone says Lane Thomas 25 or more home runs this year is a bold prediction.
Now, that's a bold prediction. Nobody knows who that guy is, and he hits 25 home runs. That's a good one.
Heard of him.
Kramer,
that's a good one.
From the text line, Cags will lead the team in home runs. Wade
bold.
Davis will go all in on peptides, feel 20 years old again, and make the team. Is that our guy from Heartland Men's Health over there? Text
Love
that
it.
in. Bobby wins AL MVP. Vinny is a two-way race for AL home run leader. His only competition is none other than Captain El Salvador Perez, and Cags rakes around 280 and 30 home runs for the year. Love that bold prediction. Look at the love we have. After the first game,
I'm smiling.
This team's not going to do it.
I know. In San Francisco this morning, they're talking about, will this team win a game this year? And in New York, they're saying, I think the Yankees could go undefeated. They're on pace to be an undefeated team this year.
They are.
How about this for a bold prediction? Bobby Witt Jr. will have 10 triples before the All-Star break.
Oh, okay.
The fence is in will hurt Bobby's triple chances. But
makes it bold.
Makes it a bold prediction. Love that.
This one, Vinny steals 2 bases this year. I know it's wild, but I believe.
I think you can bet futures that Vinny will have at least. It's always like 1.
Yeah, he's had 1 in 3 different seasons.
And he had 1 in the World Baseball Classic. Ripped his pants
Oh,
up.
yeah. Really?
Played with him the next night.
I mean, if Billy Butler can steal a bag or two, so can Vinny.
Somebody says, my bold prediction is that Vinny and Cags will combine for 59 home runs, and both will be selected to All-Star Game starting rosters.
Yeah, I believe Vinny's an all-star starter this year.
Popularity vote counts.
Yeah, exactly it is.
Yep,
Yeah, no,
totally.
if Vinny isn't the starting first baseman this year at the All-Star Game, something went drastically wrong.
He needs to have a better start than he's had in past
No
years.
doubt.
He starts
But
off
that's,
so.
yeah, he does. He starts
gotta
off
stay
slow.
healthy.
Yeah, and he's got to stay. Well, and that's the key to everything. We have
True.
all these conversations, and here we are at opening day, and the caveat is as long as everybody, like every single, even the Dodgers, but they can make up for like guys getting injured, but every team right now is saying the exact same thing. I like what we have as long as we stay healthy. One key injury derails the whole damn thing, especially if it's a guy like Vinny Pasquantino, like we saw 2 years ago.
You guys know him as Josh Vernier. You can hear this drop in about 4 minutes.
It makes sense why Dusty's so horny.
So when you hear that drop in the commercial break, you'll be caller number 5 to 913-586-7965, and you'll have a chance at having a free Royals subscription for free this year. We have 5 of them. That's the first one. So when you hear Vern's drop in the break, be sure to call in. And if you're caller number 5, the Royals TV is yours for free. Coming up next, our guy from the West Coast, Ben Maller. He'll join us next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at Heartland Men's Health are ready for you because you know what? You want to feel great. And going to Heartland Men's Health can make you feel better than you're feeling right now because erectile dysfunction can take a serious toll, stealing enjoyment, weakening intimacy, and placing stress on partners that can feel overwhelming. But ED doesn't have to continue impacting your relationship. Men, we all understand how important sex is in a relationship. For you and your partner, erectile dysfunction can take that away, often creating a serious strain on the relationship as well. And if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to the sex, intimacy, and love that bring you and your partner closer together. You've got to go see my friends over at Heartland Men's Health. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. Plus, they have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
some things just go together, like peanut butter and jelly, or a Casey's spicy chicken sandwich and a 49-cent medium fountain drink, or a Casey's breakfast sandwich and a 49-cent fountain drink, or even Casey's limited-time hot ham and Swiss sliders and a 49-cent fountain drink. You get the idea. It's not crazy. It's Casey's. See store for details.
Hey, it's Gold, and my friends over at Shawnee Mission Ford are ready to make this the best truck month ever. You know how much I loved driving the F-150. You can drive one now as well. In fact, 25 F-150s now have 0% for 60 months, 90 days till your first payment, and large discounts and the no-charge lifetime warranty. Or you could get a new Maverick for $3,000 off MSRP. Come celebrate Truck Month at Shawnee Mission Ford. They're on a mission to do more in 26.
It makes sense why Dusty's so horny.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
And you've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days. So here's how it works. Place a tournament bet using the token, and if it doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. You can even mix things up with same-game parlays for a shot at a bigger payout. So just visit FanDuel.com/local to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/local. And remember, place a tournament bet using the token, and if it doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. Perhaps you think one of these number one seeds go down later on this week to get us down to just 2 remaining 1 seeds. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after receipt. Tokens are received in increments of 1 per day. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri side 70 westbound recovering from Little Blue Parkway in towards Nolan. Some off-again, on-again slowdowns, but the earlier accident past 470 has cleared. Kansas side 635 northbound heavy from K5 up to the bridge with construction in the right lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan traffic.
It is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch him overnights right here on 96.5 The Fan. And, Ben, here we are. It's opening day in Major League Baseball. We've got the Sweet 16 upon us. So much going on in sports. But I got to think the big story is Aaron Judge is officially washed after last night's performance. At least that's what our afternoon show will say. But, my God, 4 strikeouts for Aaron Judge, and he was a non-factor. Looks like Bobby Witt's got the MVP locked up already.
Yeah, without even playing a game, guys. It was fun. Right away, first 4 at-bats, you pick up a souvenir golden sombrero. Tremendous job by Aaron Judge there to start the baseball season. And the Yankees win 7-0. The game was over. The game was over like in the 3rd or 4th inning or whatever it was. And then Rob Manfred gets on the TV broadcast or the internet broadcast and says, "This is a great game. What a great opening day." I'm like, "Rob, what game are you at?" Because the game I'm watching is not very good. But yeah, Aaron Judge, if he has another bad game on Friday, watch out for the tabloids in New York. Next level. They're going to the Judge has left the chambers and it's over and all that. But yeah, I love the overreactions of opening day. It's great.
They're the best.
It's awesome. And we'll forget about all of this for 3 months. Remember last year we had was it the turbo bats? What was it? The
torpedo bat. Yeah.
The torpedo bats is going to ruin baseball. Everyone was convinced because the Yankees beat up the Brewers that it was going to ruin baseball. How's that working out?
Yeah, by the time the weekend came, everybody forgot about the torpedo bats and meandered on to the regular schedule of 162 baseball games. But, I mean, look, the Giants last night, they look like a college team. They're coached by a college coach. That's going to be an interesting story to watch all year. What do you think is the most intriguing story in baseball going into the season, though, Ben?
Yeah, so it's this thing we used to do with Tiger Woods back in the day. It's like, if I gave you a couple $1,000s to bet, would you take the Dodgers or the field? Like, everyone thinks the Dodgers are just going to show up and win the World Series and all. They almost lost last year. Like, that part of it is intriguing to me. And then I look at a team like the Pirates. Did you know the Pirates are the most bet team to make the playoffs at one of the big sports books? The Pirates. That everyone's all excited about Paul Skeens. I'm interested to see how that plays out. Because if they're bad, and I don't think they're going to be that great, I'm not as optimistic as other people are, then would they trade him? Are we going to see Paul Skeens traded by the July 31st trade deadline or late July? I think it's late July 31st, the trade deadline normally is. So that's interesting to me. I mean, there's some other stuff. Obviously, Seattle looks really good in the American League West if they're going to live up to the billing they had last year. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see what goes on here. I'd say obviously the Dodgers spend all that money, every year they add a all-star level player. By the way, guys, I would take the field. If you gave me the money, I would take the field over the Dodgers to win the World Series.
You're a smart man, Ben. Smart man. What about this question with one versus the field? If I gave you the field or Shohei Ohtani to win NL MVP, what would you take?
So the value, Dusty, would be, I know this from doing the gambling show, the value would be to take the field because all it takes is Ohtani to have an injury at some point in the first couple months. If you can guarantee Ohtani's going to stay healthy, I would bet on Ohtani. That's not a guarantee. Got a lot of miles. He's had some injuries. And the cool thing is if he has an arm injury, he can still hit. He had that happen. That's first year with the Dodgers. And if he had certain injuries, he can't do anything. But I would take the field. If he's going to be healthy, it's hard to imagine anyone beating him. Because even if he's an average pitcher, he's going to hit a bunch of home runs, and so he's going to end up by default winning. They're going to change the name to the Ohtani MVP. Do you guys see the Dodgers named the field? They got a Japanese company to sponsor their field for first time ever. They're just oozing money because of Ohtani. Everything, even the field, they put a name on it. The whatever field at Dodger Stadium, just all because of the Ohtani effect.
Yeah, what you're out there, and I don't know how much I don't know, maybe it's so used to it, right? But how much is that like out there in Los Angeles? Like I've never been. I know that it's got other things that are much greater than baseball, like humans and a beach and an ocean and all that sort of stuff. But like, what is the Ohtani effect? Because we have for instance, we have Mahomes, right? Like in Kansas City, it's Mahomes everywhere. He threw a football yesterday with a brace around his knee, and everybody lost their damn mind in Kansas City, which they should. I mean, right? He had a knee injury, but like, is Ohtani that in LA, or there's just so much celebrity status out there that he's just like a guy?
Well, Dusty, first of all, it has changed a lot because of the internet, and like Hollywood is still big, but it's not as big as it was obviously 20 years ago or even 10 years ago because everything is chopped up and all that. Ohtani's massive. He's huge. And the great thing about Ohtani, though, secondly, is that it's not like he just arrived. People make it seem like when he joined the Dodgers, he just got to the major leagues. He played with the Angels, won an MVP award with the Angels, which is about 35 miles away from Dodger Stadium. And it's like he got to the Dodgers, and all of a sudden he'd arrived in the big leagues. It's fascinating. And you look at how much money the Dodgers have made. Like the advertising, I don't know the exact percentage. But let's say like 65, 70% is from Japanese companies that have sponsored at Dodger Stadium. The Angels had a little bit of that with Artie Moreno, but it's night and day compared to that. But in terms of the celebrity stuff, Ohtani's big. He doesn't go out, though. He's not somebody that pops up on TMZ. He's not that kind of guy. He's not like Puka Nakua or somebody like that. That's all over, taking a bite out of the town. He's not doing that. So you don't see him. He just keeps to himself. He goes. He actually. I'll tell you one other fun fact. I don't know if it's fun or not. You guys know who Adam Carolla is, the old radio guy? He was on Ohtani bought his house. He lives in Adam Carolla's old house.
Is there a trampoline in the back that girls used to jump on and drink beer?
Yeah, I think so. Sure. Why not? Yeah.
Talking with Ben Maller here on Fox Sports Radio, and obviously you go from baseball this afternoon to the Sweet 16 tonight. It's a fantastic sports day, and it's the first Sweet 16 I saw something since 1954 where Kansas, North Carolina, Kentucky, they're not involved in this Sweet 16. Is that good for college basketball, or do you still want to see those blue bloods every year in the Sweet 16? Because I think what we have in the Sweet 16 right now is great for college basketball.
Yeah, I feel like we have a decent mix. There's no small schools. It's all like either mid-level or really big schools. But you look at it, you've got Connecticut, which I know they haven't been around as long. They've had some great teams there at Connecticut. Duke's obviously there. That's the marquee game this weekend, which is tomorrow against St. John's. And Arizona's been great. And you've got some big-name coaches. I feel like the mix is pretty good this year. And I'm fine with it. If I ran television, if I was CBS, I want North Carolina, I want UCLA, I want all those big power legacy programs. But I don't work at CBS, and I don't worry about the TV ratings, and I'm not an advertiser, so I'm just going to watch it. And I'm actually headed to Vegas today to watch some of these games, so I'll be putting a couple bucks down. Not allowed to bet where I am, so I'll be in Vegas partaking in all that. And the game I circled, guys, I know you're very concerned about what I'm worried about is Arkansas and Arizona. That's the game right there. Look, I got that circled right there. Number 1 seed Arizona versus Coach Cal in Arkansas.
Yeah, you get the joys of watching that Darius Acuff kid play against that Arizona team. Look, I think that I always wonder when it comes to the tournament. I think the easy layup question is like, what coach needs it the most? But seriously, which coach needs it the most?
Well, I had a guy yell at me the other day, one of my buddies who I used to work with, who said, everyone loves Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo has not won anything in a long time, and he's overrated, and, he's just hanging out. So if Michigan State, I'll just throw that out. I mean, Michigan, obviously Pitino's another one, the biggest name coaches here, but I'm circling Michigan State. That's going to be an absolute brawl with Connecticut tomorrow.
Talk about two opposite coaches, too.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I like the UConn guy. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Hurley.
Bob loves him.
Ugh, douchebag.
He's a nut job. I love that though. These guys, a nut job amongst us. And I love how he he was never going to take the Laker job. He's like, he went out to LA to meet with the Lakers. He was never going to take that job a couple of years ago. Stop.
But him and LeBron would have been great theater. We were talking about it yesterday, Dusty and I. How awesome would that have been? Him and LeBron on the same sidelines.
Oh, complete lunatic. And remember that, I think it was 60 Minutes, which is still a thing, I guess. They did an interview with Hurley. All this, he goes around and has he has different stuff that he has burning sage in the arena before games to try to ward away the bad spirits. It's next level. That guy he's on the spectrum. Good for him.
Hey, we saged Arrowhead in 2017, and it's been great ever since. So, I mean, the sage does work out there, Ben Maller. The Cinderella myth, too, we were talking about as well. Everybody's like, the Cinderella. There's no Cinderellas that ever really advanced to this level of the NCAA tournament, but we do kind of have Cinderellas when you look at Iowa and Nebraska. What a great game for two teams that nobody expected to be at this level.
Yeah, I'm going definitely Nebraska. Iowa is not great either, but I'm going Nebraska. Who's the greatest Nebraska player that went to the NBA? I remember when I was covering
Ron Lou.
Oh, Eric Piatkowski, this white guy that shot with the Clippers, was outside shooter. That's it. I think those are the only two guys I remember that played at Nebraska back in the day. But yeah, that's crazy. How about the fact that Nebraska's now, I guess it's a basketball school. It hasn't been a football school in 20 years, right?
Right.
20, 30.
30? Has it been 30 years?
I mean, the 90s, they weren't good in the 2000s. I mean, it was like 93, 94, 95.
I think I was at the last relevant Nebraska football game. They played Oklahoma. Yeah, it was the year 2000, and it was like for the number one Oklahoma versus Nebraska. And I remember I was in Norman, Oklahoma, and all these Nebraska fans drove down. They were all excited. They got smashed, as I remember, in the game. And then that was it. And I heard from them at all.
Speaking of getting smashed in that game, Ben, did you see that the Busch Light factory has sent down pallets of Busch Light to Houston, where Iowa and Nebraska are going to play because all of their fans house Busch Light? So they said, get ready, Houston. You've got a storm coming.
I did not see that, but why not? You got to be prepared, man. It's the scout way. You have to be prepared.
You really do. Speaking of that, the 999 challenge. Are we getting too corporate now with this thing? My God, we're giving away ounces of beer with this. Come on. It's ruining everything now.
Yes, I agree with you, Bob. And this is the problem. It's like, I'll give you an example. I always go by Comic-Con. Comic-Con used to be awesome, right? It was perfect nerd event by nerds for nerds. And then the entertainment companies got involved, and now it's just a corporate thing to promote corporate productions. It's the same thing with this 999 thing. It started out organically in the bleachers, and even the bleachers, they were always the cheapest tickets. And then like, whoa, people like sitting out here. Like Yankee Stadium's a great example. It used to be very affordable to go to the bleachers at Yankee Stadium. And then like, well, people like these seats, so the price gouging is next level. Yeah, I saw the video. I think you're talking about the 999 thing, where it was like one beer. Well, how hard is it to drink one beer over 9 innings? I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I think you will as well. But again, the corporate greed has ruined now the 999 challenge, much like it's ruined everything else in the United States. All right, at least you're not Dan Orlovsky today, Ben, right?
Yeah, it could always be worse. Could always
be Dusty. Could always be. Ben, you have a great morning, a great weekend in Las Vegas, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
There he is, our guy Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio, bringing the heat when it comes to the 999 challenge. Probably Binkley agrees with him.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
We'll get Bob back here shortly, I promise.
Yeah.
One word brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap, and the Landing. 3 great local spots that have delicious food, cold drinks, and walls full of TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. They all 3 have outdoor patio seating to enjoy this lovely weather. Because right now, fellas, it is 69 degrees.
Nice.
At 7:30 in the morning. Bob, one word on Puka Nakua's new nickname.
No, I'm not going there.
Okay.
No. That's good. That guy sucks.
We're thinking so.
Yeah, we are thinking so.
He's slowly but surely headed down that Antonio Brown route.
Yes, for sure.
One word, more or less money than JSN?
Well, I would say at this point in time, less. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say more.
There's somebody out there.
Yeah, someone's going to
sucker board every minute.
Exactly.
They're in Cleveland.
Yeah. He's only 23, and he's a kid. He was in LA.
You'll
talk yourself into it. That's them in that room.
No,
100%.
I know it is, but the stuff that he's saying, and the stuff that he's saying to me is where I have a problem with Puka Nacua.
100%.
For sure.
One word, MLB opener last night.
Fun. It was fun. Netflix tried to make it fun. It wasn't the pregame show was literally an hour, of promoting their shows, which we knew it was going to be. Really, the only saving grace of the pregame show was Jameis Winston. He was the ground screw guy. He was interviewing everybody. He was with the crab leg guy. Jameis Winston has found his role, and I thought they used him perfectly. You don't want to overutilize anybody, but Jameis Winston, I thought they utilized perfectly in that game last night.
Yeah, to the one word, plums. because that's where I can feel it today is down in there. And then to do your Netflix thing, I didn't need to see Bert Kreischer on a canoe drinking a Corona. That didn't.
Like you didn't know that was going to happen, though.
I didn't need that. I didn't need the Jimmy and Jay Uso brothers there. I just needed Jameis and Barry Bonds.
Barry was good.
He's great. He's been great for a
Pujols
while.
got old, didn't he?
Yeah.
God, my wife's like, "Who's that?" I go, "That's Albert Pujols." She's like, "No way." I'm like, "Way." She's like, I'm like, "Uh-huh." She's like, "Uh-uh." I'm like, "Uh-huh."
Saw this morning. MLB betting. DraftKings is going to be offering this DK Replay. DK Replay offers a new experience for our customers, allowing them to tap into the excitement of pitch-by-pitch betting in a unique historical environment. With DK Replay, customers can wager on anonymized MLB plate appearances from the last several seasons through the DraftKings Sports app. So basically, any time of the year, they'll take averages of different players, different pitchers, and you can bet, all right, this is going to be a strike. This is going to be a ball. And it's all computerized. It's all fake. It's not real. One word on this.
Confused. I have no idea what you just said. I really don't. I mean, like that was all white noise to me. You're doing what now? You're betting every pitch?
Yes. Based on computer data and averages from players. Anonymized betting.
Onomatopoeia?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm out.
Onomatopoeia. Pass. I'm
Pass,
good. That's too much.
That's degenerate.
That's like playing way too much advanced fantasy football or fantasy baseball sports. So,
it's terrible.
Yeah, jumping the shark there, DK.
Yep. Stealing. One word.
Yeah,
how about this? Big Ten bird rights over here. The Big Ten trying something new. As reported last week, the Big Ten discussing a carve-out to the $20.5 million revenue share cap that would allow schools to exceed it to retain players. This concept mirrors NBA-style bird rights, though details and approval process remain unclear. One word.
So we're already getting a soft cap in college.
Yep.
One word is everybody. If everybody's going to do something like this, fine. But if it's just going to be the Big Ten, I'm out. We have got to reel this in, man, where it's the same rules across the board.
One word is, equal. I don't know.
One word is yeah.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, you want some funny bird names? Because these were 2 trivia questions last night. It said these 2 names belong to what species? Blue-footed booby and a dick sissel.
Oh, I know. That's the Binkley bird.
Men's wieners.
That's great. How about this one word? We talked about it earlier. The 49ers and Rams will play Thursday, September 10th at 5:35 p.m. Pacific time at the Melbourne Cricket Grounds in Australia.
What time is that in Australia?
There's a 17-hour time difference. The 49ers and Rams will take the field Friday morning at 10:30 a.m.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, man.
One word.
Ass. I mean, we hear all the time how hard it is to play a day game after a night game in baseball, right? And all these guys are on their schedule. You're making guys go out and play at 10:30 in the morning. At least when you played in Europe, you made it for like prime time in Europe. I know that would probably be tough because you wouldn't get an American audience here. But where do you draw the line and go, all right, we're making our guys play at 10:30 in the morning after they flew 17 hours to get here?
My one word would be research, right? Like before you plan these things, maybe look at every minute detail before it happens, like Sean Payton in that AFC Championship game. Maybe check the weather. Maybe check the timeable difference in weather. Like, hey, at 2 o'clock, it's going to start snowing, and it's going to be blizzard-like snow. Oh, maybe we should be more aggressive on offense than before 2 o'clock. Maybe. I don't know. Research would be good, though, because it is funny the way they released it, where it was so, like, jumpy from, like, time zone to time zone. It's like, so you'll see it on Thursday, but they'll play on Friday, and some people see it Saturday, but it'll air Monday on NFL Network.
What time is the game, and where is it going to be? But let's make sure the East Coast gets that 8 o'clock start so we can play a 10:30 Friday morning game.
Of course.
I mean, God.
Excited for Cyclone Nation. This comes from Jamie Pollard, the AD over at Iowa State. He says, excited because TJ's not going anywhere. He will be our basketball coach for a long time. One word on TJ Otzelberger being locked up over there at the
I'm going to use the word good because I think it's good for college basketball, man. These programs are now anteing up to keep their coaches and not letting them escape and go someplace else. So it's good on Iowa State.
One word for the person behind you. Smart. I mean, there's some big universities that could be looking for some new coaches, and Iowa State says, nah, man, before you can even get out there, reel them back in. So good for
Smart.
them.
Yeah, I love it.
Good for them.
Great move by Jamie Pollard to do that. He's been a hell of an athletic director up there for
Scott's brother.
30 years, it feels like. He's been at Iowa State, and they always do good things up there, man. So that's a great move by them to keep their guy.
The same cannot be said currently for Tommy Lloyd in Arizona. Some of his comments being dissected heavily from yesterday, and if he's going to leave. One word over here in the football world. This comes from NFL rumors, so it's got to be true. Tyreek Hill is expected to sign with the Chargers or Chiefs after the NFL draft.
It's today.
One word.
No. I have no interest in Tyreek Hill at all. He doesn't make you a better team.
This team needs wide receivers. He's a wide receiver.
He's a washed wide receiver coming off a catastrophic leg injury.
What we think will be washed, we don't know. To give him some credit, we do not know.
It still doesn't change my opinion. I don't want Tyreek Hill here.
No, that's fair.
My one word would be lingering. It has not gone away, his name and the Chiefs. And I understand that NFL and the drama that does come with it and the connections that are obviously there. But it's not going away. It is it's your woodpecker on your house, man. It's like
I put up an owl for that.
Yeah, well, you put up the 9th pick in the draft and take a receiver, and it's still going to be like Tyreek Hill could, still be a 4th option. It will not go away.
No,
it's
it won't.
Just like a mosquito. You're like, why won't you die?
Yeah.
So no, it's still there.
I just why, man? Like it just this ball club is not in the mood to move back. Tyreek Hill takes you back, man. Like
maybe come back.
Getting the band back together. Now you're gonna bring Tyreek Hill and Eric Bieniemy and Kelsey in his last year. Like, no, we've got to be moving forward. Tyreek Hill doesn't move you forward.
Fair point. Something about moving forward, though. Don't forget that is one word. Brought to you by Maloney's, The Sand Trap, and The Landing. 3 great local spots that have delicious food, cool drinks, and walls full of TVs to watch all your favorite sports teams.
And they have walls.
Yeah, full of TV. TVs
Great
all
spot
over
to watch
the
a
walls.
game.
Yes, and they have also outdoor patio seating in all 3 locations. Great food. We'll be there Friday at Maloney's for the Royals game. Mac and I will probably get there around 4 o'clock. So if you want to come say hi, let us know. We'll be there, and we'll take care of you that night with all the non-sports conversations you want to have. But again, one thing that you could have is a chance to win a free Royal subscription to their TV deal this year. It's a $100 package for free if you're caller number 5 when you hear the Vern drop in the break. And you have a chance, if you're caller number 5, to get that from Mac Morey on 913-586-7965. On the other side, it's opening day. It's smash or pass, so it's full of ballpark food options. And there's a weird KFC food jacket that I got to tell you about as well. Here on 96.5 The Fan, you're home for Kansas City Sports.
Smash. Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carlos Esteves, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends at QC Kinetics say it is springtime and it is time to get outside. A day like today, you don't want to be stuck inside because you're dealing with joint pain or your knees are bothering you or your back's acting up. You want to get outside and enjoy this weather. It's going to be beautiful outside today, and it's going to be beautiful for a long time to come, and pain should not keep you from enjoying what you love to do. And the QC Kinetics medical professionals use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science, treatments that take tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body and concentrate them right where you need relief the most. And it doesn't happen in an operating room. There's no downtime and there's no meds. That's how QC Kinetics does it. And the sooner you start the treatment, the sooner inflammation eases and the sooner joint damage will slow down, because no one signs up for feeling older faster. So find out now if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Your visit and consultation are both free. So call them today, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
Rally House, shop every team in town, college and pro. Come on, it's time to go.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Kansas, Missouri, Kansas State, Chiefs and Royals make KC great. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Level up your fandom in-store or online at rallyhouse.com.
Come on. No!
It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid.
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It makes sense why Dusty's so horny.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
On MLB opening day, baseball isn't just back, it's back on NBC and Peacock. And leading off, it's a coast-to-coast doubleheader. First, the Pirates take on the Mets in NYC. Then in primetime, the Diamondbacks visit the World Series champion Dodgers. Let's start the show. MLB is back on NBC and Peacock. Today, 1 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Here they come. A baseball-sized hailstorm means every roofer for 500 miles is on his way here to ring your doorbell. Before that happens, go online to jrstormcheck.com and relax. JR & Company is locally owned, veteran-owned, and family-owned. JR & Company offers a lifetime warranty on workmanship. But best of all, JR & Company offers a free Class 4 shingle upgrade. What does that mean? Most insurance companies offer premium discounts on Class 4 shingles. Remember, no roofer can legally offer to pay your deductible, but a free shingle upgrade can reduce premiums for years to come. Why do we do this? Because we can. A lifetime workmanship warranty and free shingle upgrade. It's why we say,
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Just visit jrstormcheck.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
East side 70 westbound, very heavy from Manchester traffic way to 31st with construction. Kansas side K10 eastbound gets heavy before K7, stays pretty slow for about a mile, then sluggish out towards Bridgeview. 435 southbound off again on again heavy from K32 down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Back. That we are, Dusty. That we are.
Oh, Dolly, I'm hot today.
You better believe it. I mean,
oh man,
you're a selfish ass.
I just felt like playing that. It is that time of the day on a Thursday where we do Smash or Pass, and for those of you that have social media, I'm sure you've seen a lot of these. New trends going around. How can we do more than anybody last year? Mac, I know where you and I would be, and maybe I'll have to do this when Bob and I go to New York and just, get completely twisted. The chicken bucket season is back at the Yankees Stadium.
Give me more of that.
It is a bucket.
Uh-huh.
It's got Yankee and MasterCard and all that all over it.
Oh, it's got a sponsor.
Oh, you better live. Oh, dude.
Oh, it does.
Oh,
It's got a sponsor.
Yeah, right
We're
there.
now sponsoring the food items at Yankees.
There
Brilliant.
we go. Yeah. Brilliant, Harry. Brilliant.
I didn't know the Dodger Stadium had a name for their field now, too. Like Ben told us that. I had no idea that was something that was going on.
Our L.A. insider, Ben Maller. But yeah, it's loaded with chicken tenders and crinkle fries.
Yeah, there's no
question.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Not even,
Easy.
not even,
Let's go.
Not even a question. You got this in Boston. You're going to love this one, Mac. They have the Red Sox will be serving a lobster poutine.
100% in on that.
Yeah.
That is good.
It is crispy fries, lobster meat, clam chowder. Is that the red or the white? I can never remember.
It's the white in New England.
And crispy bacon, all served in a custom lobster boat for the lobster poutine.
Hell
Absolutely fill my fat ass up.
Hell yes. yes.
I'll have two and for my meal.
Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely. How about this from the Padres? Are you ready for this one? The Padres have a s'mores pretzel.
Out.
Okay.
I saw that yesterday, and I'm
Side
like,
of cream with it, too.
Yeah.
So wait, explain.
So it's like a giant pretzel twist. So you know the Swiss donut, like the cinnamon twist donut?
Yeah.
Think of that shape, but pretzel. And then it's loaded with like chocolate sauce, burnt marshmallows, and pieces of graham all over. It comes with a side of cream.
Yeah, I'm not
Imagine
a big
eating
chocolate
that
guy.
in San Diego in July.
Yeah, why? Yeah, like that feels more like a, I don't know, like if you're around a campfire, like a Minnesota type of food, not something you're going to eat in San Diego. But I'm out on it. The burnt marshmallow thing didn't look so good to me. And
We get this from a notification from our girl, Kathy.
Kathy.
She let us know the Royals are going to be doing this at Rival Sports Bar. Grand Slam for dessert. It is a new tiramisu helmet with a little KC design in there.
I'm going to be out on that.
You don't like tiramisu?
I don't mind it. I just don't know that that's a ballpark thing. It's got to be the right temperature, and I feel like that's going to sit out for a while. And
I bet Jasper's got a killer tiramisu.
Yeah, he does. And keep it in the refrigerator, though. You know, like that stuff's going to be sitting out. People are going to get food poisoning.
I'm hoping they're keeping it cool. I would assume they're keeping it the correct temperature. But yeah, I'm all in on anything tiramisu. I'm there.
Yeah, 100%. Love that. And then as MLB continues to give out things, I don't know. We know we have the soundbite of Bigley saying that sucks about Hardee's. Smash or pass on this news. Popeye's franchise files Chapter 11 bankruptcy with $130 million in debt, shutting down 20 stores. Wow. Inflation and costs cited. More details in the story, but Popeye's is starting to go away now.
Yeah.
I love that chicken from Popeye's.
You do, right? The red beans and rice are good there, but I think American eating habits are starting to change a little bit. People want to be healthier.
And they don't want to pay for it.
And they don't want.
It's more expensive.
It's more expensive. The fast food is a ripoff these days.
Totally.
And you're not getting anything that's good for you. You're not getting the right nutrients, and you eat that stuff, and you feel worse, and then you want more food. Yeah, you really do. So, I think
guys
the American
from the Royals came to the show, and then
no, that's not it. That's not it.
What the heck was that?
It was supposed to be
bigger carousel right now: college football or the fact that every Hardee's is closed.
Well, that sucks.
You know the 999 challenge is one beer.
It is. Yeah. And that,
Did you
now,
get that too? Okay.
Just now.
Okay. Bigley's in today from 10 to 2. I don't know who he's in for.
Alex, he told me.
Oh, so it's Cody and Bink.
Yeah.
How about this for Smash or Pass? You want a free Baja Blast? Okay, well, you can. Fans can now get a free Mountain Dew Baja Blast every day a 420-foot or further home run is hit. The offer is redeemable the following day and limited to 5 free offers total throughout the program.
Okay, so you got to tell me more about this. Tell me more. Like, do I have to sign up? Do I need Mountain Dew rewards? Like, how are they going to know how many I...
Also, where?
Where?
Yeah, Walgreens, Taco Bell? Like, where?
Quick Trip,
yeah,
Casey's.
Exactly. I need to know more.
Hy-Vee. Like, where do we walk into to get this?
But short answer, Smash. Of course, Baja Blast all day.
Yeah, a little Baja Blast, a little splash of Tito's, Bob.
Baja Blast. Yeah, of course.
For sure. I love me a Baja Blazed. Especially when you get like a Crunchwrap Supreme and you've been in the garage for 2 hours.
So is it only at Taco Bell?
I don't know. We don't know.
Is it at the ballpark?
I'm sure there's a link you can click on if you type in Home Run Baja Blast. Binkley's got it bookmarked. He's got a Mountain Dew right now in front of him.
I'm sure he does.
He does.
No, he does, really, for
Turn around,
sure.
look at it. There's a green bottle right there. They'll be chewing it by 1
I was going to say, are we sure that's not chew?
It will be. It turns into that. It goes from do to chew.
Once you do it, then you chew it.
Yeah, that's what Binkley needs. Do and chew, not blue and chew.
Do and chew.
Go from oh yeah to...
I think Binkley may be the only person that I know that drinks Mountain Dew regularly.
My buddy's girlfriend loves it.
I like it. I just don't drink it regularly.
Yeah,
but
there's
it's
a
great.
difference between liking something and doing it regularly, right? Like Mountain Dew. I can't remember the last time I had a Mountain Dew or a Mellow Yellow. But that guy drinks it every day.
Every day.
Now, if you put like a Code Red in front of me, I might be tempted. I'll start getting like the.
And that's Drew's drink.
Oh, yeah. Cans of it
Code Red.
daily. It weighs 112 pounds soaking wet. This is the other one that I found this morning. I don't know what the hell's going on. We talk about fast food joints and we talk about all that sort of stuff. So KFC, I got to find this real quick because I thought I had it saved. I apologize for the inconvenience.
You talking about the pickle jacket?
Yeah, so KFC is giving away a pickle puffer jacket.
That's right.
What? I'll say it again. KFC is giving away a pickle puffer jacket that you can drink from. It comes filled with pickle brine, sliced pickles, and a built-in straw. It is transparent, green pickle brine and pickles throughout.
Why?
Why not?
Okay.
You going to tell me you hate pickles now, Mac?
Imagine that's the discussion. Why? Why not?
I mean,
come on.
Nah. Go to Fitness Friday. You'll get yelled at again. You can drink from it, eat from it, and stay warm in it. I mean, you ever done a tequila shot pickleback?
Oh, heck
yeah.
We'll do that Friday. I'll tell you that much. I love that shot.
I like pickle shots, just pickle shots.
Remember that?
Pickle
It was
vodka.
like a spicy dill pickle vodka.
Yes.
It's actually kind of spicy.
Smash.
That is smash or pass. So you're passing on the puffer jacket?
Yeah, I don't need my pickles in a jacket.
You seem like the guy that would wear that. They'd be like, what the hell is that? You'd be like, mind your own business. By the way, do you want a pickle with your burger? Imagine how clutch that comes in once out of every 100 times you wear it.
But it's actually funny you say that. I've got this hat on, the Lopers today, right? And I had it on at the airport in Chicago the other day. And some woman goes, "Oh, you're from Kearney?" No. Did you go to Nebraska? No. Do you know anybody? No. Why are you wearing the hat? Because somebody gave it to me.
The hat.
So, yes. Is that a pickle jacket? Yeah.
It is.
Yes, it is.
785 Darren Peterson needs that pickle jacket.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
great.
Yeah. Pickle juice is good, man. Andy Reid's first
yeah.
day coaching the Eagles drank pickle juice. They beat the Cowboys. I was there. It was hotter than hell.
No doubt. So that is Smash or Pass, and it is brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu. Casey's Best Steaks now with 2 locations, 95th and on 135th at Metcalf, Shawnee Mission Ford as well. On a mission to do more, online at Shawnee Mission Ford. So... How about that? Call number 5. You got a chance at a $50 Booth Creek Wagyu gift card as long as you do one of 3, or you have to do 3 of 3 things. You got to be call number 5. You got to tell Mac he's awesome. And you got to ask Mac, or you got to tell Mac what his Max Minute was on yesterday on our fan page on Instagram and Twitter as well. Or you can go friend Mac on Facebook. He has tons of requests that he's yet to respond to, just like his text messages.
That's true.
No doubt about it. Coming up on the other side, we'll get to the semi-Sweet 16 that starts tonight here on your televisions on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jack Caglione, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Weekday mornings starting at 6 right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, I woke up this morning and I saw my lawn. I'm like, man, it looks beautiful. The folks from Aspen were there yesterday. They mowed it for the first time this spring, and man, they have done such an amazing job over the last year to take our lawn from looking like something that was just absolutely atrocious into the best looking lawn on the block. And I know they're doing a great job because once Aspen comes to my house, all the old men come out in the neighborhood and they start doing the exact same thing that Aspen Lawn and Pest Control is doing to my lawn. And they know exactly what they're doing because they're all college-educated professionals that work at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They know all about the soil. They know all about the grass. They know all about the climate right here in Kansas City. And then they go out there and they execute it. And it's a perfect execution. If they can get my lawn looking good, they can get anybody's lawn looking awesome. They've been doing it since 1985 here in Kansas City, and they offer full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control. And don't forget, as the spring and summer approaches, you want that mosquito dome over your yard so you can go out and enjoy the outside, and your pets can go out and enjoy the outside as well. Right now, you're going to get a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up. which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Low testosterone can be a real problem for many men. It causes poor sleep patterns, decreased energy, low sex drive, and it makes it really hard to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body is very important to our overall health and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if some or all of these symptoms sound like you, we can likely help you be done with low T. We can also help you lose weight, support your metabolism, improve your gains in the gym, and more with our new targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Our low T protocols, applied in conjunction with our body composition plans, will help most men see real improvements, true weight loss, higher energy, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive as well. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Traffic for DMG Law, Kansas side, 435 southbound with an accident at Midland in the construction zone. Solid from Shawnee Mission Parkway a little before that, and just off of Ganonigan heavy coming down from Holiday Drive. Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law. How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results. Mike's got this. 816-888-7500. Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
What's up, KC? It's Matt Strom from the Kansas City Royals. Don't miss Vern's On Deck show 1 hour before first pitch right here on 96.5 The Fan.
KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Coming up in about 15 minutes, drop another chance at a free Royals subscription. During the break, you'll hear the Vern drop. You call on your number 5. You get to watch the Royals for free this year. Shout out to Jacob for winning the Booth Creek Wagyu gift card.
Yeah, Jacob listens every day. Loves listening to us. Great guy.
And he knew what Max Minute was on?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't even have an Instagram, but he still figures out how to watch them. Which they're on. They're on Twitter. They're on my TikTok as well. You can find them anywhere.
Okay. Somebody on the text line says, okay, you guys are established as a great morning radio show. It's time for a more creative radio show title. My vote is No Doubt About It or No Doubt. Thoughts?
Leave the creativity to us.
I don't hate it, 913. I don't hate it. We can play good cop, bad cop. Max laugh will just kind of smooth it out.
Get bent.
What if we went by like BMD?
Imagine if we rolled into everybody else's office and started telling them what we think they could do better.
I didn't say
hey,
that.
there, Charles. Do your TPS reports better. This is bad. Start using something else. I don't like what you're doing here. You suck at your job.
I don't feel like that was their tone at all. At all. He said you're established as a great morning radio show.
He's taking a shot at you because you say no doubt a lot.
No doubt about it.
Get bent. And I'm not going to stand here and let somebody take a veiled shot like that.
I like that. I didn't even get that. That means I'm stupid. That's fair.
Same.
No, you're right. You're right. We can't let that happen.
So you want to take a shot at Dusty? Take a shot at Dusty. Don't do a thinly veiled shot like that. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Come into my kitchen and take a shot at me, too. I don't care.
Kiss my
But
ass.
I'm not going to sit here and let you take a shot at Dusty for no reason. Get bent. So I'll come down to your office and we'll talk about what you do for a living.
I got thick skin.
No, you don't.
I mean, yesterday,
Why we're in this business.
That's right.
Yesterday, I was fine with it.
No, you did great. You did great yesterday.
It's the definition of it. Either way, there's always going to be haters out there. Take the Cat Williams approach. You go to bed with 3, you better wake up with 6 the
Damn
next
right.
day.
Motivators.
But I appreciate you popping the bulldog.
This one's good, though. 913. Need something new and creative. Something like Dusty and Fescoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, the March Madness continues its tournament tonight. You get 4 games, 8 teams, half of the Sweet 16. What's got your guys' radar as of today?
Well, I think there's 2 things. I think the Arkansas game is very intriguing against Arizona, and then I just really like the Iowa-Nebraska game. I'm interested to see what the atmosphere is going to be like at that game. It's being played in Houston. We know about all the beer that's been imported down there because for whatever reason they don't have Busch Light or enough Busch Light in Texas, I guess. So I think that's kind of cool to see the Iowa versus Nebraska game tonight and what that atmosphere truly is going to be like with 2 legit rivals playing in the biggest game. I would imagine, I can't speak for Iowa, but I know I can speak for Nebraska. It's the biggest basketball game they've ever played in. And that is a fact. There is no denying that because they've never won a tournament game until this year. They've never obviously reached the Sweet 16 until this year. This is the biggest basketball game that Nebraska has ever played in the 150 years that their university or whatever it is has been around. So I'm interested to see the atmosphere there because both of these fan bases also do a lot of traveling, guys. Nebraska fans will show up anywhere, anytime for any event. And Iowa fans, kind of the same way. Both states don't have a whole lot going on, so they're always looking for something to do. They support their teams. They get out there. So I think it's going to be just a rabid fan base down in Houston, too, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to come through the television, I think. I think that's going to be fun to watch the fan bases go after each other, and there's so much on the line for Nebraska. I'm going to guess probably one of the top 5 biggest games for the University of Iowa on the men's side. Obviously, Caitlin Clark had all those moments on the women's side, but on the men's side, they've had some successes at Iowa way back even before Kling was alive. But, probably a top 5 game for the University of Iowa, too. So for both universities, this is a huge, huge game with a lot on the line.
I saw a funny tweet that was like, this is like when the travel ball teams that are right next door neighbors to each other. They go to the tournament that's across the country, and they're like, "Oh, we're playing against each other." That's Iowa, Nebraska going down to Houston. Like, what? Why are we over here? But I'm very excited about that game. I agree, Bob. I just think the atmosphere is going to be incredible. These are 2 teams who want it.
Yeah.
This is just going to be like college basketball at its finest tonight. I really believe that. It's going to be fun. Texas Purdue could be surprising as well. Who knows? Sean Miller's got those guys playing well.
I would also say don't look for a lot of excitement in that game. Iowa plays very slow.
That's fair.
So it will be a very Big Ten-ish game, right? It'll be very methodical, very slow. Nebraska, I think this is great. Bob kind of hit on a couple good points here. You are creating more creativity to a rivalry that can absolutely bloom further. This is always going to sell on a Saturday afternoon, no matter where it's played at for college basketball or for football. Now you have 2, I don't want to say Hoiberg's up and coming, but he's back on the radar. And we know about Bimikola, right? We know where he's at. And now these 2 get to clash.
Yeah.
And when they clash, that's going to happen twice in the regular season. And again, next year is already being built on this game alone. To me, it's not a question. I think this is the most interesting game, at least from my perspective. But where my attention really goes, which is where it's been all tournament, is that young man that plays point guard for Arkansas. And Darius Acuff might take on the best team in the tournament. And gentlemen, I'm going to say this today. If Darius Acuff continues to do what he's been doing the last 5 playoff games that he's played in college basketball, going back to the SEC tournament and to the first 2 rounds of this tournament, if he beats Arizona with a big game, you are looking at the number 1 overall pick in the NBA. Without a doubt. He is a floor general, and I know the draft can fall differently or whatever, but I would say that a lot of people, a majority of people, have Arizona winning the tournament. I would say it's probably between them and Duke because Florida's out. So whoever had Florida, you're gone. So between Duke, Arizona, Michigan, if you're taking the rest of the number 1 seeds, I would say that a lot of people in the majority have Arizona. Arizona, to me, is the best team in the tournament. They're big, they're fast, they're freakishly athletic, and they're deep. I mean, they're 8 strong. And if Darius Acuff in Arkansas can go in there in that game tonight and he can dominate the way he's dominated and they win, there's no doubt in my mind he's the number 1 overall draft pick in the draft.
You know, I go back to Ian Eagle on Monday or Tuesday talking to us a little bit about who he thinks should be the number 1 overall pick, and Darren Peterson wasn't really mentioned by him, and it goes to show you how much the tournament affects the draft, right? I don't think any draft is more affected by the postseason in their college sports than basketball is. I mean, who was that kid years ago that played for, I think it was BYU, and ended up playing in the NBA for a while that nobody knew that guy's name, and he hit a couple of big 3-point shots. Jimmer Fredette. Yeah. Like all of a sudden that guy became a household name and became a top, I think, 15 pick, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
In the NBA. And if he didn't have that little run in the tournament where everybody was watching, he probably doesn't have a shelf life in the NBA or isn't picked, in the first round of the NBA. Maybe he's a second round pick, and we know how irrelevant that is when it comes to the NBA draft. And so, I think it's a great point by you. If Acuff goes out there and dominates and does it on this stage and he beats Arizona, he's going to move up the boards, and the guys who aren't playing, Darren Peterson, are going to start to become forgotten right now. That's just the way we work, right? Now we'll all regroup after the tournament, and I'm sure everybody will reset their draft boards. But the guys that are playing this weekend have a really big opportunity to go out there and be stars, not just for their teams, but it will catch the attention of everybody in the NBA, and the excitement will build. And we got to have that guy. We got to have that guy. And if you're playing and the excitement is building for you, it's better than if you're a guy like Darren Peterson, where now nobody's talking about you anymore. Everybody's talking about the guys that are still playing. So they've got a great opportunity. So I think you're right. If Acuff goes out there and dominates and they beat Arizona tonight, he will probably be considered the number 1 pick in the draft. And people will be making that comparison.
You got to get over to Banza and the hype that he has, because he's what the NBA body is wanted.
Archetype, man.
Right. It's the mold.
6'9", can guard every position.
He's like, if
dribble.
I wanted to be a perfect human being, I'd be like, give me Chris Hemsworth. If I'm an NBA exec, I'm like, that Banza kid, I know. Man. And I know that that's there.
Yep.
But man, oh man, dude.
I get it.
Acuff, if he can, because he can score, he can lead, he can drive, he does all of that. Like we talked about Peterson earlier in the season about how he gets to the rim and how he moves and glides like a pro does.
Mm-hmm.
Acuff's the same way, dude.
Acuff's
like there's a lot of like D Wade vibes. There's a lot of like almost like Derrick Rose, and like what we heard Bill Simmons say, he's almost Kyrie. And even goes back and admits Kyrie was 1 of 1, but this is where we're at now with Acuff. And I just think that we live in the moment, and a moment like this would kind of give us that time period where it's like, he's in the Elite 8, man.
Let me ask
you,
he
knocked
guys
off a 1 seed, and he's still doing, because he's like 25 a game. And the biggest games that he's supposed to play.
At least.
He's checking off boxes that weren't even there to be checked.
Whose game is more unique, his or Darren Peterson's?
Between Acuff and Peterson?
Yeah, I ask you guys, because I don't know.
In the NBA, I'd say it's Peterson.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say either of them are very unique, to be honest.
Because I'm trying to figure out, like, if you got the two that are on the board, how would I determine if I want player A or player B? And I would start to think about whose game is going to be more unique in the NBA, whose game is going to be tougher to stop in the NBA, who's a little bit more different in the NBA.
Well, I know the NBA would go with Acuff because he's had this ankle injury for about 6 weeks, and he's been playing through it, and that would be the tie. But, I mean, if Peterson just had a fluky year, man, his game resonates so well in the NBA because he could do what he did in college when he was at his, like when he was peak playing. He's going to be able to do that against these guys in the NBA.
And Peterson showed he was as a defender this year, which is something that Darius Acuff, he does not
have. Well, they
have
don't defend in the NBA. Everybody knows
exactly. Yeah, he's a shiv defensively, and so I think he does need to show that tonight because AJ DeBanza can guard 1 through 4, and Darren Peterson showed that he's going to be a great defender of guards in the NBA. I truthfully believe that. Darius Acuff has to show that he can do that.
That's fair. Totally fair. What's also fair is we give you a third opportunity on this Thursday to get the Royals for free and their television subscription. All you do is be number 5 on the call line when Mac answers once you hear the Vern drop during the break, and you have that opportunity. Coming up next, opening day roster's out. It's a little bit different from last year, and it's different for all the right reasons. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you something. My friends at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 want to get everybody involved in what they're doing because that's what they've been doing in Kansas City for over 137 years. Their mission is to build strong partnerships between their members, business partners, and customers and the community, and there's absolutely no cost to become a partner contractor with us. If you're an HVAC contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and those economic conditions. And the Sheet Metal Workers will help adjust the size, skills, and deployment of your workforce to maximize effectiveness during the times you need it the most, giving you the power to bid every project that suits your business model. They'll provide the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry, along with training for your current employees. And Local 2 has spent over 137 years developing those relationships right here in Kansas City. And there's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they can help grow your business and your profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
Hey, it's Gold, and my friends over at Shawnee Mission Ford are ready to make this the best truck month ever. You know how much I loved driving the F-150. You can drive one now as well. In fact, 25 F-150s now have 0% for 60 months, 90 days till your first payment, and large discounts, and the no-charge lifetime warranty. Or you could get a new Maverick for $3,000 off MSRP. Come celebrate Truck Month at Shawnee Mission Ford. They're on a mission to do more in 26.
It makes sense why Dusty's so horny.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement. Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, the job works in your favor. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members buy more and save more on materials they rely on every day. Get up to 25% off select molding when you spend $1,000 or more, and up to 25% off Pergo Evercraft laminate flooring. Put Pro Savings Days to work for you. Members get more at Lowe's. Valid through 3/27. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit the Pro Desk or Lowes.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
And you've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up. I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe? Yeah. I only paid. Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Sex, intimacy, love. These three things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts. with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas side, 435 southbound at Midland with an accident down to one lane there. It's just crawling coming down from about Johnson Drive, and ahead of that, it's off again on again, very heavy from Wood End with construction complicating matters. 635 northbound, heavy from K5 to the bridge. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Boy, it's going to feel like Ocean Avenue out there today. 90 degrees, sun, warm. Sign me up. Know what I mean? First game today, 11:15. The Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Mets in Shea Stadium. Citi Field. I don't know what they call it anymore.
Yeah, I think it's Citi Field now, right?
Yeah,
you go back to the old one. I'm fine with that.
It's still sandstone.
Yeah, exactly. Morton Salt. Like, I'm ever going to call it that.
Well, you will always call it Morton, because then when it's not Morton, it just always be Morton Salt.
Morton, yeah.
Your first name is your only name.
It's your only name, yes.
So, opening day roster is officially there. We know the obvious, or the elephant in the room, is that Michael Garcia is going to play third base this year, and never anybody else will play that position moving forward unless he gets a day.
Right.
This is your opening day lineup of 2025. Jonathan India at third base, Bobby Witt Jr. at shortstop, Vinny Pasquantino, your DH. Your catcher was Salvador Perez, your second baseman, Michael Massey, your right fielder, Hunter Renslow.
Oh, my God, I forgot about that guy.
Your left fielder, MJ Melendez, AAA All-Star for the Mets. Wouldn't that have been great if he was there today and get to face Paul Skeens? Your first baseman was Cavan Biggio. Yes, I know it's Cavan. Your center fielder, Kyle Isbell, and your starting pitcher, Reagans. So, what of this year's opening day lineup? We don't really know it yet, but we know the roster is set. I can give you my idea of what I think your opening day roster will be in Atlanta. So here you go. I think it's going to be Garcia at third, Witt at short, Vinny at first. Salvi will catch, India at second.
You have India that high in the lineup?
I'm just going by position.
Okay.
India will play at second.
Yeah.
Left field will be Lane Thomas. Center field is Kyle Isbell. Right field is Jack Caglione. And your DH will be Carter Jensen.
Yeah, I think that's
And Cole
that's
Reagans
great.
is your pitcher.
Yeah. Very similar to last year's lineup.
What's your favorite addition? Can't say Garcia because it's the obvious.
Yeah, it's the obvious one. But I guess it's Lane Thomas because he's the only addition, really, to what we had from. Are you talking about like opening day to opening day? Well, then it would be Cags, obviously.
Yeah.
But,
Over Renfroe? More than Thomas over MJ?
Oh, boy.
Because you went from lame to Lane.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, lame-o to Lane. No, I'll go with Lane Thomas because he's different. I haven't seen him. I don't know anything about him whatsoever, so I'm interested to see what he can do because that was the addition that they made this offseason. But you mentioned Jazz Chisholm yesterday when he was talking about, on the broadcast, and they mentioned about running it back, and the Yankee fans have been despondent because they didn't sign anybody this offseason, and Jazz was like, we were a really good team last year. I'm excited to run it back with everybody else. We have that chemistry. We have that knowability with each other. We trust each other. And I'm listening to that. I'm thinking about the Royals as he's saying all that because the Royals really didn't do much this offseason, but they were a really good team last year. And now they're bringing it back with everybody a year older, more chemistry has developed. They had the World Baseball Classic where they experienced success. And so I think when we sit around and go, oh, boy, they didn't do anything this offseason. Yeah, they didn't do what we wanted them to do this offseason, but they got another year older, more chemistry, and they played really well together for the most part last year. So I'm excited to see these guys, quote unquote, run it back together because they've already got that team chemistry. You know, how much better is Bobby going to be knowing that he's got Garcia at third base and he can trust him and he doesn't have to make every play on the left side of the infield, right? And now you got Jonathan India, who's a healthy second baseman compared to what Michael Massey was last year. So Bobby's got himself surrounded by better talent from a year ago just by making a couple of small lineup changes with some of the same guys that have been on that roster. And so after listening to Jazz talk about it and say running it back is not a negative thing, we in sports, again, the off-season thinking versus the in-season thinking is completely different. The Yankees were a good team last year. The Royals were a good team last year. Why would you want to change much of that? Get a couple of pieces and move this thing forward. And that's really what both of those organizations did.
I think the best part about it, if you look at it, is last year's opening day roster, right? You have Renfroe, Melendez, and Biggio hitting back-to-back-to-back.
Say that again.
Yeah. Renfroe, Melendez, and Biggio were hitting back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah.
That is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is your 6, 7, and 8 hitters.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume that your 6, 7
Ayo.
hitters this year will be probably Cags and Carter Jensen.
Probably, yeah.
I think Carter Jensen is the biggest addition to the roster because now you have multiple outs with him. If he has to play first, why not? If he's going to catch and give Sal a day, for sure can do that. Does he DH? Probably more than he catches this year. I think that's probably going to be the outcome because good luck getting Sal's ass from behind the plate and telling him no, right? So
going to have to hide his helmet like they did with Emmitt Smith, you know?
Whereas Kevin Biggio was, I think the end result of his career was a player with the name of a great father who's a Hall of Famer and a chance that the genetics are going to somehow work. They just haven't, right? It didn't work for the Royals. He was in Omaha by the end of the year. And I think that with the addition of Carter Jensen, it does so much more than just bring a new name with some potential and a possible rookie of the year. You think about his friendship with Cags and hitting behind Cags with that cushion. You talk about Michael at third and Bobby at short right there. You think about the Garcia addition too, hitting leadoff. I know I want Bobby Witt Jr. to hit leadoff, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Now Bobby has that also as a cushion, like, okay, I know Garcia is going to do something more. Not, he can start thinking about what his next move is instead of going, well, this guy Indy is not going to get on first base or he's not going to get on first. So I'm going to have to do something more. I think that also helps. But with Jensen, you give an advantage to Sal, you give an advantage to Cags, you give an advantage to your lineup, and you get stronger. Because Renfroe, Melendez, and Biggio, we all knew last year that probably wasn't going to happen. Well, Melendez hit 40-plus home runs in AAA. I think that could lead to the league. It's not going to. Kevin Biggio, it's a hope, a prayer, and a shot in the dark to see if it works, if he can somehow replicate something that his father Craig did in Houston for all those years. And Hunter Renfroe, I mean, come on. You remember how rough that guy's start was.
Oh, God, the
Opening
first play
day,
of the game.
well, that was India, but like the play in the outfield where
No, I meant like right away,
his
yeah.
play.
Yeah.
Because I believe one of your daughters is like, what is he doing?
Yeah, what is that guy
like,
doing
I don't know,
out
honey.
there?
Like, I wish I knew. So I love the addition of Carter Jensen to this team because of what he does more than just fill an old spot that was somebody that didn't either belong there or was never going to have a chance. And all the additions that he brings, Carter Jensen is, to me, the massive update you need in your opening day lineup.
Well, and you like it, too, because he's a young guy. We don't know anything about him. You already had your mind made up about Hunter Renfroe. You really did. Like, you knew what that guy was. You knew what he was going to do. You had your mind made up about MJ Melendez. He was going to have to go out there and dominate for anybody to have a change of opinion on that guy. But I also think right now, Carter Jensen, obviously the local kid, so we're very excited about him. He had a nice September last year. People were excited about that. And so your expectation for him is good. It's positive. It's fun. You don't have that negative expectation going in of a has-been, never will be of guys you're just trying to fill out the roster with. And so that's where I think hope springs eternal is like, we don't know anything about Carter Jensen. That's why it's exciting because for me, I don't know what the expectation should be because I don't know what he's capable of doing. And that's okay. We don't have to have an expectation on somebody, too, because sometimes you put an expectation, it becomes a limitation more than anything. And so I just want these guys to go out there and play. And I keep saying that, and I know it sounds like a broken record, but let's just go out there and let's see what they can do. Let's have ourselves a fun time just enjoying and watching and not putting pressure and expectations on these players. And if you're one of these guys that has a fantasy team and you're gambling and they don't meet your expectations and you want to get angry at them, don't, because that's on you, not on them.
And I see a lot of the side Q managers on the text line that it's lefty-righty matchup and they think Marte will start. Right? I'm just giving you opening day rosters. I don't know if they're going to start on there. I'm just hoping that that's what it is. But yeah, who knows what they're going to do matchup-wise. We'll get the lineup out tomorrow, and Vern will give you that on the deck show there for you. But Mac, what do you like more this year?
I'm fully in on the Jensen take. I love that, man. The ability that he'll help out this defensive and offensive production and help, I think, Salvador Perez have one of his better years at the plate. Because, I don't know, maybe I'm different than you guys. I think he's going to be behind the dish more than Salvador Perez this year. Like, I would put money on that. Freddie Fermin was last year for over half the year until he left to go to the Padres.
But he was also a very good defensive catcher,
No doubt.
and we don't know what Carter Jensen is. I mean, I can't sit here and say that he's a good catcher.
I haven't seen it from what I've heard. I've heard a lot of the same things, and that he's supposed to be great. So I would hope that would be the case come the middle of the season. He's playing behind the dish more, which I think would lead to Salvador Perez hitting more bombs and being more of an offensive helper with the bat. So yeah, I think you're right when you say Jensen provides the most addition to the team.
A lot of people saying Lane Thomas or Isaac Collins to load up against righties.
I do worry about Chris Sale. I get it.
It makes total sense. I mean, that's the Q way to do it. He's a matchup guy, and Chris Sale's a hammering left-handed thrower. So we'll see what
he might be my favorite pitcher in the league.
Yeah, just don't give him a White Sox jersey. He'll cut it up.
Frank Thomas will sue him
for $500.
I mean, what a weak lawsuit, Frank. You're suing the White Sox for $50K. Make it worth your while.
Got to figure out how to make money on this. I really want to. We have two people that can take the rest of the week off because we've missed what we should be calling Morton Salt. Everyone said these two text signs, well, we've missed it. You should call it Saltstone.
I didn't like it. It's good.
I mean,
it's good. It's good.
Yeah. I wish I would have thought of that.
That's good.
That's very clever. All right. We know that the draft is upcoming. We were more than less than a month away from the 2026 NFL draft that's going to be in Pittsburgh, where Cody and Gold will be for that draft. So we'll get boots on the ground. Let's look into the future a little bit.
Which I did see in Pittsburgh a story yesterday of where you're going to park for the draft. So I'm glad that's a topic in other cities.
Are we living in a simulation?
The biggest thing for people is, where am I going to park?
Uber.
That's right.
I wouldn't go anywhere parking-wise if I didn't have the parking credential when the KC draft happened. That was, I think I got lucky, got to park at a location that was given to me, and then I just had to walk. But I was like, you know what?
I'd rather walk in those situations.
I walked 2 miles to my car, and I was fine with it.
You don't have to deal with the people. You can just walk and control your own destiny, man.
That was chaotic going to that as a fan and parking.
Lord.
Would never do it again, but had fun.
Never been happier to be on TV at Fox.
Yeah, I bet.
Some people there. So 2027 is the draft that we are looking for, right? Like, this is going to be like the comparisons we gave last week, Bob, when you were gone, was this 2026 NBA draft and this 2027 NFL draft are going to be just insane.
Yeah.
So who do you guys want to put your money on is going to be the guy, quarterback-wise, in the 2027 draft?
Are you asking me today, or are you asking me at the end of next season?
Let's go right now.
It's going to be Manning. Okay. It's going to be Arch Manning. He's going to be the guy with the pedigree, obviously, of Peyton and Eli and everybody else like that. But that could change at the end of the year. If he doesn't play well, then I don't know if he's going to be that number one pick going into the season. I did see a story, though, yesterday that quarterback necessary teams right now, most of them are going to pass on quarterbacks in this year's draft because there just isn't anybody. It's the weakest quarterback draft class ever. So you've got all of these, which doesn't bode well for us being at number 9. You wish it was a stacked quarterback draft.
No doubt.
Damn.
When we needed a quarterback, there were no quarterbacks. When we don't need one, there's no quarterbacks.
Right, exactly. So
we can't win.
But no, I think Arch Manning is going to be the guy. He's going to carry that kind of torch going into the season, and it's going to be up to everybody else to unseat him from being that number one quarterback prospect.
Yeah,
Mac Daddy?
I don't know two of these guys even names, and that's probably my bad. But
Jaden Mavia?
Yeah.
Who?
Maivia?
Yeah, I don't know him.
Maivia?
CJ Carr. Again, I probably should. That's on me. Never heard of him.
Rocky Maivia's like son?
I'll go Lenore Sellers. I'm big time on Lenore Sellers. I think he's just a physical freak. I think he can do it all. I think he's going to put it together this year. They're going to have a better team. They're going to win games. They'll be in a bowl game this year. So give me Lenore Sellers. But yeah, I think Arch Manning obviously is the easy pick, but he's also got a lot of pressure. Like, did he prove it last year?
So I was going to ask you that.
Okay.
Do you think he progressed as a junior, first-time college D1 starting quarterback? The answer is yes.
Yeah, he definitely
100%.
progressed.
From week one, what we all watched.
And I'm not going to judge week one because that was what we all knew was one of the top 3 defenses in the country in Ohio State.
Yeah.
I mean, where does Caleb Downs play football at?
Yes,
Right. Okay,
exactly.
Who was the featured player on defense while we were at Bob's house?
Yeah.
Watch this guy. He's going to go in top 10. What's his name? Caleb Downs. Talk to you next March.
Could be cheap.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's there. And the two things I look at this 2027 QB class is, one, I saw Arch make progress. I really did. He got better. Now, again, maybe the teams, whatever you want to blame it on, I don't know, but I saw progression. Now, Arch's next step is hopefully that wasn't his ceiling. Hopefully there's more room for improvement if he wants to carry out this legacy that has been built for him that he has yet to even try to fulfill because of the name that goes on the back of that Texas jersey. The other thing that I'm interested in is it's always seems to find the draft are the 2 quarterbacks that are going to be paralleled with each other for the rest of their careers. And that's going to be Dante Moore and Arch Manning. Now, we've seen this before when, like, this guy got drafted before this guy, or it was maybe the Sam Darnold and Josh Allen, that type of draft type thing or whatever. They weren't like, when it got drafted, I don't think those 2 guys were put together as like, let's see which career goes better. But I do think Dante Moore has a lot to prove because of how his season ended in that poor game that Oregon played where he just wasn't good.
Yeah, he was terrible.
And decided to come back. And I will say my sleeper name that could be a surprise good quarterback in the NFL that could give you a lot of Jaden Daniel vibes is Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah, I'm really glad he got granted another year.
Because he's explosive. He's already on house money, right? The backup came in successful as well. They built that team without Lane Kiffin when he left, and nothing broke. And he's coming back to lead that with his guy. I'm excited to see what he does at Ole Miss as
What
well.
about Julian Sayin from Ohio State?
He's a big name.
Big name,
yeah.
right? Big name, but is he a big player?
He's got the most to gain because he could jump 3
Yeah,
days in the
I
draft.
agree. I agree with that. He's definitely has the highest jump. What's the chances of this class not being good? Because we've heard Todd McShay's of the world say this year, oh, get ready, because these guys, I mean, I thought a couple of these guys, like Lenore Sellers, who's my guy, he was going to come out this year, didn't work with South Carolina, a couple other reasons. I mean, we thought Arch Manning was going to blow up. It didn't really happen this year. Progressed, but it wasn't what we thought. Like these guys, I mean, Dante Moore, he was going to be the number 1 or number 2 pick. Absolutely face planted in the bowl game, decided not to go out the draft.
Can I counterpoint here for a second
Yes,
with
please.
something? Is that we've talked a lot about over the last couple of years about how the talent on the defensive side of the ball is getting so much better in the NFL. Well, where do you think it's getting better? It's getting better in college now, too. So you've got better players playing defense in college football, which in turn makes it a bit harder for the quarterback to go out there because they're playing against some of these top-notch defensive players that we're seeing now in the NFL, as we've talked about and looked at just last year alone with the Chiefs and how damn slow they were on the defensive side of the football. And then you look at these college teams and they're fast and they're quick and they hit and they know what they're doing. And guys are realizing now I can make dough on defense just as much as I can make dough on offense. And so that's where I think, right, we're saying these guys maybe aren't progressing like we want them to be. I think the competition that they're facing on defense right now is better than any competition that anybody's ever faced on defense before in college football. So I think that has to factor in a little bit. We just always look at offense and expect offense is going to dominate. Offense. And I always go back to what Dick Vermeil said. There's 11 other guys that are paid to kick your ass. Now, literally in college, they are paid to kick your ass. And they're actually really good athletes now on the defensive side of the ball. Back in the day, you had fat blobs playing defensive line. Now you got guys that look like Myles Garrett all over the defensive line. A lot harder to play against those dudes than it is to play against the refrigerator.
And also, who's to say that a quarterback doesn't go number 1 overall? And I know you say, well, Dusty, if a team is picking first, they probably don't have a quarterback. Injuries happen.
Injuries do happen. Who do you think is going to be picking number 1 overall?
If I had to guess today, Arizona.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Miami. Miami's terrible. Miami, I can't remember the exact stat, but I mean, they're like 40 people on their roster are like vet men. I can't remember the exact stat. It's just ridiculous.
Let me throw this one by you. Let's say this year Tennessee gets the number 1 overall pick because the season doesn't go well and your boy isn't good. Do they draft quarterback?
You have to.
Just 2 years later?
You have to. No, absolutely you have to, because it's exactly what Arizona did when they had that Josh Rosen and they drafted the wrong guy in Kyler Murray. But if you don't feel like you have the right guy and a new coaching staff in there, gone.
Still fresh.
Yeah, you got to go. If he doesn't play well this year and it's a new coaching staff, there's no ties to that guy.
Because a lot of people are high on Cam Ward still. I'm not.
I love Cam Ward.
I would say he did progress in the similar way that
100%.
Arch did, right? Not like to the point where you're like, whoa, this guy's figured it out. But we're saying this guy's figuring it out, if that makes any sort of sense.
I think Cam Ward's a stud. I think he's going to be fantastic next year. Brian Daboll wanted to take him, what was it, last year at 4 or 3, wanted to move up. They wouldn't. He got Jackson Dart late in the round, which he also still loved Jackson Dart. But Cam Ward was his guy. He wanted to trade up and give the house.
Now he is his guy.
And now it's his guy. And now, so I think they're going to work well together. And even if he doesn't play well, I still think they'll give him 1 more year. But I think he's going to play well. I thought he played well last year. Also, C.J. Carr, sorry for my ignorance, freshman quarterback at Notre Dame last year. He played really, really well. I do remember watching him play. 67% of his passes were completed, 24 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. He is tied as the Heisman favorite with Arch Manning.
I'd like to see how he does without Jeremiah Love.
Exactly, you're right.
Well, and you take a big offensive weapon away from this guy, and if he goes out and plays well, okay. You know?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, it's very famous NFL player. His son is a wide receiver now at Notre Dame, and I saw his glow
isn't
up.
it Plaxico Burress?
Plaxico Burress' son.
There it is, yeah. A big glow up from freshman to sophomore year. Looks huge.
Well, you could have said that about anybody at Notre Dame right now, because all the NFL players are sending their sons to go play for Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, because those guys are smart and they know what Marcus Freeman's about.
Over under 2.5 years, Marcus Freeman's in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm going to say under.
Okay.
I think he's doing 1 more year in college. That's just the way I feel. I don't know.
You think he's ready today?
Yeah. Okay. That guy's a leader. I don't know about his X's and O's or anything about it, but I know every NFL player is sending their son to go play for that guy.
Yeah, Jerome Bettis Jr.
Yeah, he's also there.
Huge.
There's like a bunch of pros.
Go through the roster.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of,
sick.
it's gross.
It's sick. And so that's how you know he's a good coach. NFL players are sending their kids to go play for that guy. Every one of them.
Devin Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Larry's kid.
Yep. Caden Finley, Jermichael's son. Thomas Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Who's his father?
Thomas Davis. Okay. Jerome Bettis Jr. and then Elijah Burris.
Whatnot.
Yeah.
See, look at if you're an NFL player, you know what a real coach is versus a poop bag, right? And you've been around these guys, and you know. And they're not sending their kids someplace where that coach is not an NFL caliber head coach. That guy will be in the NFL, and he will dominate in the NFL.
The other big takeaway is none of them have ties to Notre Dame.
That's exactly
like none of them.
None of them are. Well, Bettis does, but other than that, they're not Notre Dame guys.
Nope.
But they all want their sons to play for that guy because they see that's the guy.
And they don't need NIL.
No.
They will take it, of course, but they don't need it.
Their goal is
Burris' son does.
But their goal is to get their kids to the pros, right? And how do you get your kid to the next level? You put them in the best possible position to be successful, and that's Notre Dame. That's why I'm like, man, Marcus Freeman can write his ticket, I think, anywhere in this league.
Best college coach right now?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm still putting Kirby up there.
Yep, I agree.
Because he's keeping all of his kids from Georgia and that rich tradition of football, and they're still staying in Georgia. They're not leaving. Now, their quarterback did just go to Vanderbilt, but again, like last year they were full of freshmen. Like these kids like are told when they get recruited, like, yeah, I had no other school on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that the rich talent that is in the Georgia portal, like
that's how the song goes, right? Georgia on my mind.
No doubt about it. You got the Royals on your mind because you have another chance, our 4th chance today to give you a free Royals subscription for the entire year. Caller number 5 would hear the Vern drop in the break. Call Mac, and if you are caller number 5, the Royals are free on TV for you all year long. Here from 96.5 The Fan. Coming up on the other side, 18-game season is coming, whether you like it or not. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
All right, folks, it is time for me to tell you about Underdog because they've got it going on, and we've got basketball back tonight. We've got baseball starting today. There is so much going on with the Underdog app right now. It's fast breaks, it's buzzer beaters, it's block parties, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all of that action. And you can make entries right now and win money in Missouri. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points and rebounds, steals, and more. And once you get those entries right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Today's the perfect day to do what I love to do on the Underdog app. Couple of baseball selections, couple of basketball selections, combine them into one entry, and let's see what I can do. So download the Underdog app today and use promo code BOB to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
There's nothing like the sound of Royals baseball. When the boys in blue take the field, loyal fans tune in, turn it up, and stay connected. And where do Kansas City's most passionate sports fans gather? Right here on 96.5 The Fan. Sports fans are loyal fans. They support the teams they love and the businesses that support their team. If you're ready to grow your business and connect with a dedicated, engaged audience, call 816-522-0444 or email greg.bergen@odyssey.com. That's greg.bergen@odyssey.com.
Well, my friends over at QC Kinetics are looking outside today, and they're saying it is a beautiful day to do whatever it is that you want to do. But if you got that joint pain, it's going to be hard to go out there and enjoy golf today or tennis or even just taking a walk. But at QC Kinetics, we can help you feel better, jumping back into life full speed, and it doesn't happen in an operating room. The QC Kinetics medical professionals use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science, treatments that take the tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body and concentrate them right where you need relief the most. That's how everybody's doing it, 40,000 strong at QC Kinetics. The sooner you start treatment, the sooner inflammation eases and the sooner joint damage will slow down because no one is signing up to feel older faster. So find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Your visit and consultation's free. Call them at 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
This is Kevin Harlan, and if I sound a little tired, it's because it's Ford Truck Month at Rob's Side Ford.
You and me both, Kevin. It's been nonstop.
Well, Rob, remind me again why.
Because Rob's Site Ford is offering brand new F-150s up to $16,500 off, 0% financing for 60 months, and 0 payments for 90 days.
Yes, that'll do it.
And that's just the F-150s. We've got the best deals of the year on Super Duty, Ranger, and Maverick.
Okay, so let me get this straight, Rob. Massive savings, strong financing, no payments for 3 months, and people are showing up?
It's nonstop.
Funny how that works.
Turns out, when you've got the inventory, the price, and the experience, people notice.
Especially when you're Kansas City's #1 top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars and over 3,000 reviews.
And Kansas City's top volume F-150 dealer.
No wonder you're tired. It's Ford Truck Month at Rob's Side Ford, 135th and State Line, or robsite.com.
But don't wait. These offers end soon.
It makes sense why Dusty's so horny.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas side, 435 southbound at Midland, down to one lane with an accident. It was already slow with construction. Now you're stacked up solid, almost to K32. This delay is best avoided. It is crawling at best. A lot of stopping and waiting to get through all this. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Tomorrow's going to be a fun day as we get ramped up for the Royals season opener. Got one more chance to give you a free subscription to Royals TV. Coming up about 9:15, so we'll have one more chance there for you. As opening night was last night on Netflix, it was the Yankees and the Giants. It was a poo of a game.
Yeah, it really was. Yep.
You don't want to guess what the over-under was on the game last night?
I'm going to say it was 7, right?
It was.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Just crazy, dude.
Gosh.
First game of the year in Vegas. Got it.
They're on it.
John Anthony, talk to me.
But so it wasn't 6.5 or 7.5?
It was just straight 7.
Straight 7. So who wins? Nobody. Because
Yeah.
if you took the over, you lost. If you took the under, you lost.
But if you take the over, you push if it's 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't win.
You know, that sucks.
Royals in action on tomorrow night. You can hear that game here on 96.5 The Fan. Tonight, Josh Vernier has let me know it is the final tune-up show tonight. So we're done.
Okay.
We throw a ball, we catch ball, we hopefully hit the ball, and everything happens great for the Royals on Friday coming up. So can't wait. Going to be exciting. Got some guests lined up for you tomorrow. We'll give you those names a little bit later on in the show today. But man, oh man, we're getting an 18th game, boys, in the NFL.
Did we ever doubt that?
No, I don't think so. Because of where we don't have a Super Bowl date yet for 2028.
Yeah.
Now, I think I saw that it's going to probably be in Vegas.
It is. They're saying they're supposed to approve that today, I think.
Okay. I
They
didn't
say
know
it's
if
like
it was
a
today or
formality,
tomorrow, but yeah, it's, what is it? In 2 years, it's in Atlanta.
Right.
Next year, it's in
L.A.
L.A., is that right?
I think it goes L.A., Atlanta, Vegas.
Okay.
I know
in 2 years it's in Atlanta. I know in 3 years it's going to be in
Yeah,
Vegas.
I think it's
That's
LA
all I know.
next
I just
year,
don't know where it is next year. And so, thoughts. I guess that's where we can start this because I don't want it. I don't need it. I think we're going to get to a point where now we're going to get even more outside of the United States to play football. We're going to have more opportunities for holiday games. We're going to have all this sort of stuff. And I think we're going to get stuck in the Costa Vida line thinking we need to have a topping for everything on top of our enchiladas. And I don't think you need that because I've always told you guys, more than I say, no doubt, that less is more.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to what Mark Cuban said, hogs get slaughtered. You know, you worry about that with the NFL, but the 16-game schedule, guys, was the most perfect thing in sports from a scheduling standpoint. It fit between Labor Day. It fit right before the President's Day. Like, it was just the perfect fit for everything. And, then they add the 17th game, and, greed is, one thing, and, how it is in the NFL. They're gonna fight you for every dollar that they can potentially get, and they're going to continue to add game. As long as the TV ratings are continually high, and the networks are continuing to spend, they're going to have that 18th game. Now, I did see a story earlier this week that some of the networks may be pushing back a little bit on the NFL for what they want to do from a spend standpoint, but the NFL is just going to turn to Netflix or Amazon or the digital companies now and get them involved. And so I do think the money is going to be there for the short term. We'll see all together how the 18-game schedule affects the play, too, because you're asking these guys to have another game on top of that. And they'll tell you they're not adding games. They'll take away a preseason game. But we all know what the preseason games are. People stand around, scratch their ass, and do interviews with Kling. Like, that's what happens during preseason games. So it's not like you're removing a game. You're adding another regular season, a taxing game versus a non-taxing taxing game. And so I'm interested to see how the players hold up, where the injuries are. And if it becomes a mash unit and we're watching whoever that guy was playing quarterback for the Chiefs last year, a lot of places in the NFL, then maybe we have to rethink the 18-game schedule. But they're never going to go back. Once they go to 18, it's here, and that's what's going to happen because they know there's a market for it at this point in time.
Because I'm not going to put words into Mac's mouth, but I know that this past year he said we didn't even need week 17.
No,
hell, we almost didn't even need week 16.
Well, we didn't even need like 7 after Jacksonville. We were good here,
No, they had it perfect. It was fine, and they keep adding games. It's the only sport that has had the right amount of games, the only sport that you're not pining to take away games from.
Always leave the people wanting more.
Yes, it's exactly right. The NFL had that in droves, and they are slowly losing that to their own volition. But again, MLB, take games away. NBA, it's the one thing that'll save this sport. Please get it down to 50 games. NHL, all these things, we can't care about it. We don't care enough. NFL, you are literally doing that to yourself.
Yeah.
You think we don't want, people think we'll just watch endless amounts of football. We won't.
You're not watching Tuesday night Mac games.
No, and you're not watching Mac Jones versus, never heard of him on a Sunday at 3 just because it's that game.
Right.
It's just not going to matter. And so I think you're lessening the stakes and you are lessening your product that was once gold.
You're making it go stale.
Yeah.
And that's what I was always afraid of. And I've said this for years from now, and I'll say it years. This is when you go back and look at what caused this product to absolutely collapse, which I don't think it ever will, because at least I don't think I'll be alive when it happens. But there will be signs, right? The memes that go around, if I win the lottery, no one's going to know, but there will be signs. There will be signs moving forward of people going, oof. Because instead of having to see every single game now, you're going to be like, okay, what games can I afford to not watch? And when there's 18 of them, as opposed to 16 of them, let alone now that there's 17 of them, I mean, you can cancel your Red Zone subscription 3 weeks before the season's over. Because I'm not here to watch Justin Fields play against, I don't know, Brian Rippon or whoever's the backup quarterback in week 17 and be like, I got another week of this?
Yeah.
The added of the playoff round still isn't that great of a product, but yet we have it. And another playoff round is coming. A Super Bowl out of the country is coming. By the way, you're right. It is in SoFi in 2027, and it's on Valentine's Day.
And it's ESPN. Yeah. This is the first ESPN Super Bowl.
They want to add teams, too.
They want to add teams to the Super Bowl. They want to have a 4-team Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised, right? But, no, expansion should not be looked at in the NFL.
No.
I go back. I don't believe there's enough talent for any of these sports leagues to expand. We don't have enough quarterbacks for 32 NFL teams. Again, it's the old Denny Matthews line. He told me 20 years ago, we don't have enough pitchers for the teams we have now, let alone trying to expand.
Also, imagine having a February 28th Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, at that point in time, it's man, the regular season, it almost becomes hockey and basketball where you forget that it's going on. And that was the beauty of the NFL. It was once a week. It was 3 hours. And as soon as it was over, you're looking forward to next week. And you're getting excited about next week because it was little bits and pieces. Maybe a Thursday night game here, a Monday night game here, but it was once a week. And you got excited for that game. And it was must-see TV. And you had to be by your TV to watch the game and to get involved in the game. You wanted to be. But now if you start having games every night, look at what it does for baseball, as Mac mentioned, right? You're not going to watch every game. You just don't. NBA, you're not watching every game. You don't need to watch all those games.
Time in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get to that point in the NFL where you're like, I don't need to watch every game because every game doesn't matter. The NFL had every game matter. And the more games that you add, really the less they matter. And so you don't want to get to that point where you're playing meaningless games, because I think once after the Christmas holiday hits and then you're still doing week 17 and then week 18.
Yeah.
I feel like once Christmas and New Year's is over, that's when the playoffs should start. But I also don't want the NFL starting before Labor Day, because I do look at that as a sacred final holiday for families, right? You get schools getting geared up. It's your last opportunity to do a couple of things for a 3-day weekend. You don't need the NFL playing that weekend. And so I don't want them to start there. And I also don't want them ending, as Dusty said, February 28th. It's like, it's a little bit too long. And I don't know if the players are going to like this.
Just do it right now. If you add a week, they don't play Valentine's Day. They play the week after the 14th.
Right, which is President's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they ultimately want.
That's what they want.
Yeah,
so everybody gets the day off.
The day off. And then the NFL can say, see, we gave you the day for the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Can we We won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no chance.
And that's a holiday we used to have, so I'm a little selfish about that. But no, it's just you got to be careful, guys.
This is also a very good text. It obviously proves the NFL doesn't care about the health. Did we not see how many injuries there were this year, or the year before,
right?
Or the year before?
No, the NFL doesn't care about the health.
I know that, but
players.
When those players are out, your product will suffer.
Yes.
When Mahomes isn't in the playoffs because he's played 18 games for 2 straight years because he's hurt, your product will suffer. And the NFL has turned into my 6,000 pound life, or whatever those shows, 600 pound life. 6,000, you'd be dead in 5 seconds. It's gluttonous. You don't need that hot pocket at 10 p.m., let alone you don't need that other hot pocket at 12 p.m. Stop eating.
You just don't need hot pockets.
Well,
hot pockets. Diarrhea pocket.
All it is a poor man's Stromboli. But yeah, so I just, they're getting high on their own supply. And we know that's rule number 1 when you are the dealer of the product. You don't do that.
True.
Like you just
Walter White never did.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I saw him in Greece. I looked right at this guy and go, oh my God, it's Walter White. And he ran away. It could have been.
Somebody who's not running away is Tim Kurkjian, and he will join us next here on The Fan, talking all things opening night, opening day, and Royals in Atlanta. Tim Kurkjian next on the show here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control have done an unbelievable job on our lawn. We look at it every single day and are impressed. And now they've started the cutting, the seeding, and all that kind of stuff that they do in the spring. And your lawn needs to be the next one up. Because if they can turn my lawn into a masterpiece, they can do the same for yours. Because I guarantee yours wasn't as bad as ours was. And at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, they have college-educated professionals. So they know everything that's going on. They study the weather here in Kansas City. They know the proper soils that you need, the proper seeding, all of that kind of stuff. They know because they went to college. They've got their degrees, and they can take your lawn and make it look like a paradise. Right now, they're offering full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control. And I always talk about that pest control and that mosquito dome that you put over your yard to keep those mosquitoes and those ticks out so you can enjoy summer and the springtime without getting eaten alive. Right now, you're going to get a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So don't wait. Visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again. So call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
On MLB opening day, baseball isn't just back, it's back on NBC and Peacock. And leading off, it's a coast-to-coast doubleheader. First, the Pirates take on the Mets in NYC. Then in primetime, the Diamondbacks visit the World Series champion Dodgers. Let's start the show. MLB is back on NBC and Peacock. Today, 1 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas side, 435 southbound, long delays with an accident at Midland, down to one lane, and you're crawling at best coming down from K32. A lot of stop traffic to get through. 635 northbound, heavy from K5 to the bridge with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Join 96.5 at Maloney Sports Bar and Grill in Overland Park for a Royals and Braves watch party. Friday, March 27th, with first pitch just after 6, right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. KFMC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Back at it here on 96.5 The Fan. We are now joined by Tim Kurkjian here on 96.5 The Fan. Tim, glad to have you, man. I'll tell you what, we've never met, but we just became best friends because I know baseball runs your life, and it is my favorite sport. This is one of my favorite days of the year. My birthday can wait. I noticed that you're a Diet Mountain Dew fan, and I want to know what your opinion is on the 420-foot home runs that could be hit. You have a chance to just, at 5 times throughout the year, you get a free Baja Blast Mountain Dew with a 420-foot home run hit at any game.
Well, it's not a Baja Blast Diet Mountain Dew. It's only a regular Diet Mountain Dew. We have all these variations of it now, and I only drink one kind. So we have now a Diet Mountain Dew Zero or something like that. I'm very specific about this. I drink 2 of these every morning while I read the box scores. So I would love to hit a 420-foot homer. That's not happening, but I would love to have 2 Diet Mountain Dews lined up at my desk to read the box scores at 5 o'clock every morning. That's what makes me happy.
So have you ever strayed and tried the different offshoots of this, or are you kind of like, this is my drink and I don't care what you're going to present me?
Well, like I was in Canada a lot last year for the postseason. And Toronto does not have my Diet Mountain Dew. It's got, zero sugar Mountain Dew. It's not the same. It's good, but it's not the same. So I'm a bit finicky when it comes to this. Nothing else, by the way. I eat everything. I'm the least picky eater in the world. But when it comes to my favorite drink, it has to be the exact drink. Otherwise, I don't enjoy it as much.
I love that you're true to yourself, Tim. Let's talk locally, and then we'll talk globally in a little bit. But what is the biggest move the Royals have on their roster this year for 2026 that maybe they didn't have last year in 2025?
Well, I think it's really good that they're going to have Jonathan India for the whole season again, and that's really important. That guy's a really good player, and I don't think he gets his due nationally about things. So he's a critical guy, and of course, Jack Caglione for the whole season again is really important too. So I'm not sure they made a move of any kind that was so big that you just say, all right, this is the difference maker. I think this has to come from within. I mean, Michael Franco has been such a good player for them, but I think he's gone to another level, making the All-Star team last year and then playing in the WBC. So that's where I think the improvement comes for the Royals, are guys who are been there and are starting like their first full year with the team.
I'm glad you brought up India. I'm a Jonathan India apologist. I don't know why I am, but I feel like I am. I really like him as a player. What didn't he do last year that he could do differently this year to make him that player that both you and I feel like is a really good baseball player?
Yeah, he can really hit, and he didn't hit last year as much as I thought he would. Eduardo Perez, my dear friend and teammate at ESPN, he has been telling me for years, even when Jonathan India was in the minor leagues, he said, this kid's going to really hit on the big league level. And at times he has. I think there's more in there, but that's what I think they need to see from him, because anybody that can get a hit in the big leagues today is really doing something with the pitching that we see. So I expect him to be a better hitter this year.
Tim, as we're joined by Tim Kurkjian of ESPN here on 96.5 The Fan, what do you like about Carter Jensen's game the most?
Well, he's an interesting player, and I'm fascinated to see how young players end up in the big leagues. I did not see him this spring, but the fact that he's going to be backing up, an all-star Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame catcher, I think is the perfect place for him to be because he can learn so much from Salvi. And that's what all young players need to do is understand where they are and how they're going to get better. I argue this all the time, but it's the hardest game in the world to play. And the light goes on and off at all times during players' careers. And we'll see if it goes on for him this year. But playing behind Salvi Perez is a really good spot to be.
You mentioned something interesting when you were talking about Jonathan India, when you said anybody who can get a hit today in Major League Baseball is special with the pitching that we have. How far advanced is the pitching now compared to the hitting in Major League Baseball? And how much of that do we really have to consider when now we're evaluating players?
Yeah, it's really hard now. I remember Jake Berger was telling me last year with the Rangers, he said, the difference in the pitching between when I first got to the big leagues 5 years ago and now is absolutely night and day, a 5-year period. And he said, and I don't even want to think what the pitching's going to look like 5 years from now. That's what the stuff is that we see on the big league level every single day. I know I've been covering for 45 years, and I've never seen velocity like this, stuff like this from these pitchers. It's just absurd. Now, once these pitchers actually learn how to do everything, how to use this stuff properly, then they're going to be absolutely unhittable. I worry occasionally that it's just too hard to get a hit. I mean, every game that I cover, every game I watch on TV, I wonder, how does anyone ever get a hit anymore? That's how hard it is these days. And all these hitters are just going to have to recognize, I have to make an adjustment. Otherwise, I'm not getting a hit off of this guy. That's what the hitters of old used to do. That's what George Brett, great hitter, used to do. He would make an adjustment all the time based on the pitcher he was facing. That's what our hitters have to do a better job of.
Why do we see the pitching like this, though, Tim? Like, what can you attribute that to?
Well, they're bigger, stronger than ever, just like the hitters are bigger and stronger than ever. They all have pitching coaches when they're 10 years old, which I'm not sure is a great idea for all 10-year-olds, but for a lot of these kids coming along, they are throwing a ball off a mound in a different way at a very young age, which, again, I'm not
We lost him.
Oh, it's like, give me more.
Damn. We lost him. We'll have to get in contact with him because we're already up to a commercial break. But damn, that sucks.
Yeah,
I wanted to ask him about the Nationals' perspective of like Shohei and all that sort of stuff.
Well, we can get him back on the line. Matt, call him back on the line. We got a couple of minutes left to get him back on. If we can do that, is Mac even in there? I don't know. Like, Mac is gone.
Might be in the bathroom.
But it's interesting now because now my whole view of baseball just drastically changed with what Tim Kurkjian said there. That anyone that can get a hit in the big leagues nowadays is special. And you start to look at some of these pitchers like Max Fried last night. Man, that guy was electric last night. And we're going to watch Paul Skeens a little bit later on today. He's going to be absolutely electric. And you see Chris Sale and some of these pitchers around baseball, the Tarek Skubals of the world, like it's going to be absolutely insane to watch these guys pitch and watch them go out there and dominate. And maybe it is now back to where we are with hitters in Major League Baseball when we think about, you're dialing on the air. We got to dial tone, but that's fine. Keep going. Just keep going. It works, Dusty. It really does. For our show, it's perfect. But maybe that's where we're going to keep going when it comes to what's going on with hitters right now in Major League Baseball. Everybody in baseball is so focused on that damn launch angle and hitting a home run and getting their contract that they forgot what it takes to play team baseball and what it takes to be a good teammate and what it takes to be a good hitter in Major League Baseball. And Tim went back and we was talking about George Brett and the opportunities that he had throughout his career in adjusting and making those changes. And I don't know that we see that as much out of hitters anymore because they're all focused on launch angle. They're all focused on hitting the ball out of the ballpark. They're all focused on that exit velo, all of that stuff that I personally in this day and age of baseball can't stand because I don't think it's a great way to go about playing Major League Baseball is to have all these hitters, Tim, talk about exit velo and launch angle. I think that has had more of a factor than anything. The guys are just going up there swinging from their heels and not adjusting like you mentioned, like George Brett did.
Yeah, can you hear me again, fellas?
Yeah, we got you now, yeah.
All right. You guys are talking about launch angle, and our hitters are absolutely mesmerized by this and exit velocity. And again, I'm almost 70 years old. So sometimes I listen to Dusty Baker who says, I'm not interested in exit velocity. I'm interested in exit hits.
Right.
But when you're trained by the don't care about you hitting an opposite field single here. We want you to hit it 30 rows up. With that kind of mentality, that's one reason that the hitters are so overmatched certain days is they have one approach, and that's to hit the ball as hard and as far as they can hit it. And the pitchers are recognizing that. I had a coach in the major leagues tell me if Pedro Martinez pitched today, he would strike out 16 guys every game because he would recognize what the hitter's trying to do with bat angle, launch angle, all that. And that's what the smart pitchers can do is they recognize what he's trying to do, and then they can defeat it with that great stuff and great location.
Tim, we'll get a couple more here for you. I want to ask you this one. If I gave you the field, would you take the field? I guess I should give you this question better. Would you take the field or Shohei Ohtani for an LMVP?
I would take Shohei Ohtani. I have learned my lesson with this guy, fellas. He rises to the occasion like no baseball player I've ever seen. It's like he just decides, this is what I'm going to do now, and then he does it. Like a couple years ago, he couldn't pitch because of Tommy John surgery. So he said, all right, what can I do that's amazing? So he became the first 50-50 guy ever, and he made it with ease. That's who he is. He's the best player in the game. He's the best player in the National League, and I will take him over the field for MVP in the league.
Is he the best player ever?
I'm going to say not yet. Babe Ruth, look, I'm an old man, so somebody's got to protect the history of the game. Babe Ruth was the best pitcher in the American League and then decided to become a hitter and became the greatest hitter ever. I really believe if Babe Ruth had the DH in 1920, he would have won 20 games and hit 50 homers. So, and he did most of that or parts of that for 20 years. Eventually, Ohtani's going to be the greatest player ever because Babe Ruth didn't run like he did, even though Babe Ruth ran pretty well. He didn't hit the ball at the velocity well over 100 miles an hour that Ohtani does. He didn't throw 100 miles an hour, and he didn't face 100-mile-an-hour pitching all the time. That's the separator, and someday I will acknowledge that he's the greatest player ever, but I'm still sticking with Babe Ruth given the track record for that many years.
Tim, I got to ask before we get you out of here, because I know you're a busy man. Do you still have the spiral notebook with all the newspaper box scores taped to it?
No, I stopped doing that about 10 years ago because my daily newspaper did not have all the box scores that I needed because of deadlines and everything else. I did it every day for 20 years, and I never missed a day, which I think we can all agree is a streak that really dwarfs anything that Cal Ripken ever did.
That's exactly right.
But you still have it, right? Like it's still tucked away somewhere?
Well, I have a bunch of them tucked away somewhere, but now I do what everyone else does. I get my box scores online. Not the same, and I can't carry it on the plane with me, but and I miss it, but I just ran out of box scores because some newspapers don't even have box scores anymore, and then some newspapers don't even exist anymore. It's kind of sad.
All right, Tim. Well, hey, we appreciate the time. Enjoy the season that's really, I guess, began last night, but really kicks off today, Tim. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, guys. See ya.
That is Tim Kurkjian there. Wow. 20 years, box scores, cutting them out and taping them into a spiral notebook. You thought you had a lot of baseball cards.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if I could handle that. That's insane.
All right, it's your last chance. You listen for the Vern Sounder. You got a chance one more time to win a Royal subscription for free for the whole year. It's $100 cash value basically in your pocket for free, but it's TV and it's the Royals all year. Caller number 5, wait for the Vern Sounder and talk to Mac. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you something. My friends over at Golden Oak Lending are absolutely amazing. They're family to us. We love the folks at Golden Oak Lending, and anytime we get a phone call from them, we're like, cool, maybe we got an opportunity to save some money. That's what Golden Oak Lending does after you take that free mortgage checkup. They get you in the family, right? And they constantly look at your loan and wonder, can we do better than what you're in right now? And if the answer is yes, they'll call you. But all of that starts with that free mortgage checkup that I tell everybody to take because it's risk-free. There's no paperwork or credit card required. It's just a phone conversation to find out how much money you could save each and every month with Golden Oak Lending. And the average cash out customer now with Golden Oak Lending saves over $1,104 per month. Plus, you're going to go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment. So not only are you going to save money each month, you're going to go 2 months without having to make that mortgage payment, and that can help you with all kinds of other things. Maybe you got a wedding coming up, maybe you got tuition coming up, whatever it is you need that money for, Golden Oak can help. So call today and take that free mortgage checkup. Risk-free, no paperwork or credit card required. It's just a simple phone call where you do all the talking. 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD, and let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Low testosterone can be a real problem for many men. It causes poor sleep patterns, decreased energy, low sex drive, and it makes it really hard to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body is very important to our overall health and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if some or all of these symptoms sound like you, we can likely help you be done with low T. We can also help you lose weight, support your metabolism, improve your gains in the gym, and more with our new targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Our low T protocols, applied in conjunction with our body composition plans, will help most men see real improvements, true weight loss, higher energy, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive as well. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Feeling the heat? Don't sweat it. Turn to Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling. With temperatures rising, now's the time to make sure your AC is ready to keep you cool. Whether it's your home or your business, Comfort Systems services both residential and commercial systems across the Kansas City area. Call today for a fast tune-up, repair, or system upgrade so you can stay cool all summer long. Family owned and operated since 1990. Comforting people is what we do. Comfort Systems is right for you. MyComfortSystems.com.
It makes sense why Dusty's so horny.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Radner, and I am so excited to tell you about How We Made Your Mother, a rewatch podcast looking back at How I Met Your Mother. And I'm here with Craig Thomas, who co-created the show along with Carter Bays. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Josh. Somehow it has been 20 years since the show premiered. I'm going to check the math on that. 10 years since it went off the air, and we thought that made this a perfect time to look back, see what the hell we did, and why the show still seems to resonate with fans around the world today.
Follow and listen to How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcast.
Today, expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 93.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Ohtani, Yamamoto, Aaron Judge, Raleigh Betts-Arnado.
There you go. That's pretty damn good.
Okay. Yamamoto, not Yamamoto. Those are just some of the names on this list that Bob Nightingale has tweeted out. Yes, the Bob Nightingale.
Are we sure it's correct,
It's
though?
not Knob Bitingale, I promise.
But he's as bad as I mean, even CC Sabathia called him Arson Judge last night during the game, which was outstanding because that's never going to die. So that's my question: is Nightingale? Are we sure Nightingale's right about this?
I would hope so because it's definitely just a copy and paste.
Okay,
can't really screw that up. So, top Major League Baseball selling jerseys have been made known to the public. The public. I wasn't in public. I was drunk in a bar. Shohei Ohtani sits at the top of the list.
Surprised?
Right. Yamamoto is number 2. Aaron Judge is number 3. Cal Raleigh, number 4. Mookie Betts, number 5.
I see the Cal Raleigh one because of what happened. last year he came on the scene. Everybody
Seattle's
wanted to buy
also
his jersey.
a very passionate baseball.
Very
fan base.
passionate place. A great place to watch a baseball game too. What an amazing ballpark that is. But
Did you ever go to the Kingdom?
No, I never did. No,
But you made it to the beautiful Safeco.
Oh yeah, that place is gorgeous, man.
Catch a salmon?
No, I didn't. I watch people do that though. It's fun.
I'm too nervous. I feel like I'd
You drop it. It's slippery. You never try to grab
an
a
old
fish,
lady right behind me, right into the dentures,
Yeah.
and then I'm here looking like Costanza.
Yeah, it's a bad deal.
Story of my life. The interesting note from these jerseys is that, and I mean, Mac is irate about this.
This is crazy to me.
Bobby Witt Jr. not on the list.
Insane. Top 20.
Christian Yelich is number 20.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of him.
Really?
Okay. I was gonna say it's the bit. Yeah. Josh Naylor, 19. Paul Skeens is only 18.
That's ridiculous.
That is actually crazy.
I'm stunned that he's that low. You got to be kidding me.
And you'd think
right?
like the Livy fans,
Right.
like the girls
Yes,
that like
yes.
her would have Paul's jersey, which
Hell, I might buy one.
Okay. Relax. Ronald Acuna Jr., 17th. Lindor, 16th. That's surprising to me. I get it. It's New York, but I feel like I know he's one of the best shortstops in the game, but I feel like that pizzazz of Mr. Smiles has gone down a little bit, but maybe not. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., number 15. Juan Soto, number 14. Bryce Harper, number 13.
Still on the list?
Really?
I saw WIP, our sibling station in Philadelphia, asked the question yesterday, is Bryce Harper still an elite player?
I think you have to have that thought with him until it's not. He wasn't. Wow, he had a big home run in the World Baseball Classic. Even though he was Chateau throughout the entire tournament, he did hit a very big home run that knocked in our guy, Bobby Witt Jr.
But I feel like they're down on him in Philadelphia right now.
I mean, it's Philly.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
What did you do for me yesterday?
Exactly. Why does Bryce Harper look like every guy that works construction?
He does,
just gives you that
True.
look.
Yeah. True.
And that's not a bad look.
No, he's a very good-looking man.
Might get that jersey too, Bob. But it is interesting that Bobby Witt Jr. is not on this list. Now, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I have a Caglione jersey, but that fit the bit, right?
Yeah.
I would love to have a Bobby Witt Jr. jersey, but again, I don't really have 160 laying around to go throw on a jersey. But if I was a Royals fan, I mean, that would be my Christmas gift idea. I mean, I'm sure everyone in Kansas City's already got a Mahomes jersey as he sits on the top of the list of football jerseys to this day still being sold. But man, 4 of the top selling jerseys obviously are Dodgers and 5 of the top 12 are Dodgers. But now one Bobby Witt Jr. jersey on that list.
That's asinine.
Yeah, I would think
of the top 20. He could be 21, and I don't know. But like the fact Christian Yelich is still selling jerseys.
That's the crazy one too. That Yelich is still selling jerseys, but again, they've been on the national stage
Milwaukee's
a lot.
passionate too.
They very passionate sports town.
But they got that Miz kid going today.
Is he our opening day starter? How about that? That's really cool. I didn't realize that. That's awesome, man.
Nerfy bet.
They've got Pat Murphy up there. Their manager. Who Pat Murphy? I say this every year. That guy's been in many bar fights. He's got the name Pat Murphy. You see that guy coming. He's ready.
You
to
taking
roll,
Pat
man.
Murphy or Rob Maloney in a fight?
I'm taking Pat Murphy.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Two
I am.
Irishmen.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But Pat Murphy will kick Rob Maloney's ass. There is no doubt. Pat Murphy has scrapped before, man. I know for a fact that guy's been in a brouhaha. I
know Maloney's kicked some ass in college.
Well, no, Maloney's like Nick Schwartz. Start the fight, smoke a dart, and watch everybody clean up his mess. That's a Rob Maloney for you. Pat Murphy's going in there. He's swinging, man. He is out there. He is beating the snot out of people.
He's Nigel Gruff from the Replacements.
In a bar fight. I mean, Pat Murphy is the perfect name for a Brewers manager, too, right? It's just awesome. But they've been on the national stage for the last 3 years. Bobby's one appearance on the national stage in the playoffs wasn't that good. But I look at, I think more people will buy Vinny Pasquantino jerseys because he's that fun-loving, entertaining guy that people gravitate towards, right? And I think if you're looking outside of Kansas City, I think Vinny Pasquantino is going to be a more popular player than Bobby Witt is because of the off-the-field stuff. And if Vinny achieves the success on the field and then has that personality off the field, there's going to be a lot of people that gravitate towards Vinny Pasquantino. And I would not be surprised if Vinny's jersey ends up being one of the top-selling jerseys in baseball after this year if he has an all-star season and the Royals are in the playoffs based on the World Baseball Classic and everything that he's done so far. Vinny Pasquantino is your most popular player on this team. Not your best, but your most popular.
I think the three things I take away from jersey sales, not that we need to keep going about it that much longer, but the fact that Kiki Hernandez is on the list. I get it. He plays for the Dodgers. Come on. The fact Paul Skeens is 18th on the list and the fact that Bobby Witt Jr. is not on the list. I don't know, man.
The Skeens being 18 is really perplexing. But again, here's what I'll say about Paul Skeens. If you're a Pirates fan, are you investing in that jersey?
Yes.
Yeah.
You are? Because he's going to be traded.
And then it's a sick-ass jersey
of
our best player of all time.
But people don't look at it that way. People look at jerseys, what one can I buy that I know I'm not going to have to buy another one for?
Why isn't Bobby Witt on this list then?
I don't know. Maybe people don't like him. I don't know what the answer to that
we
question
know that's
is.
not the answer. People like him.
I mean, do we know Tyreek Hill is going to be on the Chiefs forever?
I think people thought he probably would be. I think people thought he would be. But you look at before this era of the Chiefs, go back and look at the upper deck, dude. How many Mike Maslowski jerseys were still out there and Tony Gonzalez jerseys were still out there? Jerseys are expensive. It's $200 roughly to buy one of these things. And so if you're a fan of a team like Pittsburgh and you think that Paul Skeens is going to be traded, you probably don't want to invest a lot in that guy.
Now, I will say this. These are sales based upon the end of the 2025 World Series. So we could probably never have this conversation again because of what maybe the World Baseball Classic was and where this season could lead to. Right? The Royals weren't anywhere in the playoffs last year. They were out of it and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
The World Baseball Classic kind of electrified that movement a little bit. And then if this season goes the way it should go, then possibly, because also, even if you're not a fan of the player, the powder blue white lettering of the Bobby Witt jersey, dude.
Man.
I know I'm hard. I mean, it's a clean look. I know not everybody loves that, but again, I mean, Roman Anthony.
That's the Boston thing, man. He's like your Jack Caglione in Boston. People are all over that guy.
But to your question earlier about Paul Skeens and having that jersey, I would 100% have that jersey because I would know for a fact at least one point this guy played for my team. And I would just rock it everywhere. And then I would turn into a bit where I'd be like, it used to be a really cool jersey. Now it's just a jersey.
It's a good party jersey.
But, I mean, I think if you're a Pittsburgh fan, though, you may be so beaten down by this, you're just over it, too, You're like, God, every year, every time we get a good player, we know we're going to trade him away. Now, if they sign Paul Skeens to an extension in Pittsburgh, I guarantee you his jersey sales skyrocket because people will know he is now there, and I can invest $200 in something that I can wear for years. And that's the way people look at it. It's expensive to live right now. And if I want to buy my kid a jersey, I want to know that he's going to be able to wear it for a while. If I want to buy a jersey for myself, I want to know that this guy's going to be on my team for a while because I'm investing that kind of money into it.
Yeah, the local market has a huge influence, obviously, but I mean, nationally, that's how Skeens is still 18th, even with all of what you're saying nationally, and that's what I look for with Bobby Witt Jr. You're one of the best players, if not, you could argue he's a top 3 player in Major League Baseball. He has been. He's a superstar. He's done the home run derby. He's been in the playoff. Like, he's done all these things. So I still am perplexed at that list.
Well,
but yeah, hopefully,
goes your take. He's the most disrespected athlete.
Disrespected superstar in sports.
Stand on business, Mac Morey.
No, that guy's hot.
Yeah, Pittsburgh and the Mets, 12:15. Sox and Brewers today at 1:10. So there's your Mizorowski matchup against those White Sox.
The Pale Hose.
Yeah.
I got raked with Miz last night on MLB The Show, sadly.
Oh, he struck
That's
you
just
out?
because I'm bad. No, I was
kid?
playing as Miz, and someone was just raking me. Yeah,
well,
just destroying me.
You got to locate that fastball, Mac.
Yeah, you got to use both sides of the plate, inside and out,
my
on
bad.
the inside corner.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody's like, well, the only problem is a lot of people in Kansas City still have the Salvi jersey.
Well, there is that too. I mean,
But he's not even on the list.
Yeah.
You didn't make the list.
Yeah. But again, I think jerseys are an expensive purchase. They are. They really are an expensive purchase. They're kind of an investment now, especially if you want a good one.
Bill Self came out yesterday and told me to go F myself. He responded to the Star and said all the reports yesterday were bogus and not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So you got confidence he's coming back, or do you
I
still
don't
kind
know.
of like sit kind of 50-50?
Yeah, I'm about 50-50, I think, right now. I talked to somebody that knows Bill yesterday about
Give
it.
me 51-49, though, where you'd be at.
I would lean towards gone.
Okay.
Yeah, I still think I would. But again, after he said that yesterday, you don't know what the health situation is. And that's the scary part in all of this. And, it's not because he doesn't want to coach. He still very much wants to coach. Again, I could talk to somebody close to Bill yesterday. I go, what are you thinking? And the answer was, he still wants to coach, but, and that's the but that we all have to work through. And in this day and age, we want answers yesterday on something that hasn't even happened yet. And so I think it got kind of out of hand yesterday with everybody saying, okay, this is what's going to happen with Bill Self, and people were putting out. That's why I don't read these tweets of these people that we were talking about. This guy's got 8,000. Who the hell are these people that have any clue as to what's going on? We've gotten into a society where it's just jump to conclusion mats get rolled out every single day, and we want to be first. We don't want to be right. We want to have the answer now when we want it. We don't want to let the process take its place. This could be, I don't want to say a long process, but if you're doing it the right way and you're going in and you're talking to the doctors and you're having the conversations with your family, it's not something that's going to take place overnight, because from what I understand from talking to somebody close to Bill yesterday is that he wants to still coach, but ... And so that's what we have to worry about and figure out how big is the but that's going to prevent him from potentially coaching next year or in the next 10 years or however many years at the University of Kansas. And if it's a health thing and the doctors are saying, I don't know, then it's probably the right decision for him to step away and to find kind of solace so he doesn't, do something drastic out there. If the doctors are telling him that it's not healthy to coach anymore and the family's saying it's not healthy to coach, then you can't go out there and coach. But we need to wait before we get those answers. Mentally, he still wants to do it. He's ready to do it. Physically, health-wise, we have to wait and see ultimately what the doctors say about all of this. And so I'm willing to give it the time that he needs. And I think the longer it takes, the better it is for KU of saying, yeah, he's going to be around for a while, but we don't know the answer to these questions. And we have to just let the whole process play itself out.
I think the interesting thing of why you think it could possibly be a long process is because there is, right? Like there's the consultation with the doctors that he's got to figure out everything, that he's got to get with his family, then he's got to get with the athletic department, and that's not going to happen overnight. And if anything, I think it, at the best result you get once the tournament is over, because I also know Bill's not a guy of the spotlight, even though some people might disagree, they're KU haters. I know that he's one of those guys that just kind of sits back and he's very, to the point when you ask him the question. So I think it will be post-tournament. I think it might even leak into the draft before we have a decision about what Bill Self does. But again, I wonder what KU true fans are thinking. If this is the end of Bill, where your worry goes, or do you still just kind of trust the name brand and the department to be like, it's going to be fine if Bill does leave. We have plenty of backup plans. I don't think a lot of them are excited as most might think they are for Jock Vaughn, but then there's Tommy Lloyd out there who's got kind of a bunch of question marks if he's going to stick around at Arizona. It's Big 12, but not really. It's new blood. But I mean, that would be somebody where I wonder, like with the KU thing, because Stephen A. was talking out of his ass yesterday saying that North Carolina was going to hire within. I'm like, did you not just watch what happened?
They were going to what?
Hire within. I'm like,
who?
Well, he thinks it could be Kenny the Jet Smith.
Oh, come on. I saw. Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Zero
That's
coaching.
stupid.
In-house hire. They're like, watches only NBA.
Yeah, but that's like Orlovsky putting out there this Ty Simpson kid.
Or Ron Jostein putting out that Bill Self's going to retire.
Yeah,
but no, I think it's
Kenny the Jet Smith. He thinks they're going to hire? No, come on.
Him or Jerry Stackhouse.
He's just putting out.
Yeah, that's just
BS.
stupid. That's nonsense. But he is a North Carolina guy, so
sure.
I like the fake tweet that went out yesterday that Jordan has landed to take the job too in North Carolina.
Funny.
That's
That's
a good
funny.
one.
Jordan has found his niche, fellas, and it is NASCAR.
Yeah, he just dominates there. But
just stay there, man.
He dominates everything he does. That's why he's a winner, and that's why he's a killer like he is, because he goes out there and just destroys the competition.
Scott Pollard joined the drive yesterday, and he talked about Jacques Vaughn and why he wants Jacques Vaughn as coach.
My opinion is the next head coach is Jacques Vaughn. And the reason why I say that is because I know Jacques. We were roommates all 4 years, best night at each other's weddings. I can't imagine Jacques Vaughn taking the job last year when he could have been – he's only been a head coach in the NBA. And he had other offers. He wanted to stay in Brooklyn and let his boys graduate high school there, which he did. And his wife's from Lawrence. And so I personally believe, again, with no insider knowledge, I believe that the only reason Jacques took the job last year was to have a leg up on the competition and become number 9. Again, that's pure conjecture. That is my opinion because I know Jacques Vaughn really well. But I've never asked him, and nor would I. Nor I wouldn't. If I had and I did know that, I wouldn't admit that publicly either. So, but yeah, I think it's Jacques. I think he's the obvious fit. He's got the recruiting ability. He needs a staff. He needs his assistant coaches. I don't know if he's going to keep certain guys that are on the current staff, if he's the guy, or if he brings in all new guys. But yeah, he's going to need a staff. And I think Kansas needs a GM in general. I don't think Kansas has a GM, or if they do, I just don't know about it. And, you know, to keep with the times,
yeah,
I got that last point.
Yeah. No, Scott's dialed in, obviously, to what's going on over there. I'll be honest with you. He knows everything that's going on over there. That's not conjecture. That's not guessing. That is knowledgeable speculation, as they like to say.
I wouldn't hate Jacques Vaughn as my general manager.
I love that.
I don't hate that.
I don't know if he would love that.
Yeah,
Agree.
Like we said yesterday,
KU needs that.
I think he has the inside track. I think Fred Hoiberg is a perfect fit for the University of Kansas if Bill Self decides he's not going to coach. But there also is Bill Self could take a long time and then decide, you know what, I want Jacques to have this job, so I'm not going to announce anything till May. And by May, then Jacques takes over that job and gets the opportunity to have that job. And Bill sets him up for success at the University of Kansas by doing that way. Because I'm with Pollard. I was thinking about this as well. He could have gone anywhere, could have done anything. He came back here for a reason. He came back to Lawrence for a reason. And there was probably that conversation of, you know, you're going to be first in line. We're going to groom you to be that guy. And that's why he came back. I mean, Scott Pollard is not talking out of his ass. And Scott also knows about the heart. And he had the transplant and all that stuff and what the medical history is. And the problem that we're seeing right now, not problem, maybe it is that Bill still wants to coach. I got that verified. He still wants to coach. But he's has to make sure his body will allow him to do that. And once you make this decision, it's finality. There's no going back. And so once you say, I can't do this anymore, you can't wake up next Tuesday and go, you know what? I made that wrong decision. I feel better. I'm going to go back. Like, once you make that decision, you've made that decision. And so that's why if you're Bill Self, you take as much time as you need because you have to make sure that you're making that right decision. This is a finality. This isn't I'm going to go left and go to the grocery store instead of going right and going to the other grocery store. This is a major life decision that's going to change his life going forward. So he has to make sure that's exactly what he wants to do. And I know if I was in his spot and I was, medically, getting advice, I'd be seeing a lot of different people to get the advice, to get the different opinions of what people have to say as well.
Stadium news?
I don't know. What?
Okay. KCTV5 tweeted out about an hour ago. Jackson County's executive says he will make a, quote, significant announcement this morning on the future of Truman Sports Complex.
On the future of the complex.
Yeah.
Interesting.
First comment, data center.
Yeah, probably. yeah. I mean, what
Literally.
It really is.
Dang it.
We'll wrap this show on the other side. You're on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carlos Esteves, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Hy-Vee, they are ready for whatever opportunity you have for them. And what I mean by that is, are you having a graduation party? Maybe you're having a watch party for the tournament. Maybe you're having an opening day celebration. Maybe you're just having friends and family over and you don't want to do any of that cooking. Well, Hy-Vee can handle all of that. They're making lives easier for everybody around Kansas City, and they can help you as well. They can help with trays to full-service catering. And Hy-Vee also has grab-and-go options for the last-minute get-togethers, or they can do all of the cooking for you. They can set it all up and even take care of that horrible cleanup that no one wants to do. Hy-Vee has a wide range of menu options to suit your budget, from ready-to-heat and serve meals to full-service catering. It's for any size group and any occasion, whether it's weddings, graduations, corporate lunches, watch parties, it doesn't matter. Hy-Vee has you covered. So get into your Hy-Vee today and let them handle everything. They'll do all the cooking, all the setup, everything that you need for that perfect party. Only at Hy-Vee.
Hey, it's Gold, and my friends over at Shawnee Mission Ford are ready to make this the best truck month ever. You know how much I loved driving the F-150. You can drive one now as well. In fact, 25 F-150s now have 0% for 60 months, 90 days till your first payment, and large discounts and the no-charge lifetime warranty. Or you could get a new Maverick for $3,000 off MSRP. Come celebrate Truck Month at Shawnee Mission Ford. They're on a mission to do more in 26.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Pollen season is here, so don't let your automobile turn into a pollen-mobile. Swing by Tidal Wave Auto Spa and wash it away with a top-of-the-line wash. Plus, enjoy free vacuums, microfiber towels, and interior cleaning spray with every visit. With our GraphX4 Shine technology, your car leaves cleaner and shinier in minutes. It's fast, easy, and leaves you with that clean car happy feeling every time. Get back on the road and shining bright. Find a location near you at TidalWaveAutospa.com.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis and stop smoking now without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Only $59.99 guaranteed. That's right. Don't just cut back. Stop smoking once and for all. Also, lose all the weight you want. Only $59.99 guaranteed with Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Let hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating, and lose the weight. Weight loss hypnosis, Wednesday, April 1st at the Wingate by Wyndham, Kansas City. Formerly Sure Stay Plus by Best Western in Kansas City, 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis, 8 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
I'm trying to get out of here. Heard that punk rock. He goes, we're back. Better believe it. Breaking news out of Packers. Looks like a beat writer. Matt Schneiderman. It's a real name. I've checked it. I've done my homework. Green Bay Packers beat writer for The Athletic. Micah Parsons looking to be expected to miss the first 3 to 4 games of their NFL season.
Well, he's got that injury. Yeah, absolutely, which makes the possibility of them trading for Myles Garrett very real, I guess, right?
Did Dallas win?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Generational? No.
No, he's 25.
But very good. Very good. Royals tomorrow. Going to have Eric Hosmer on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to have Dayton Moore on the show tomorrow. And then Monday, we'll get some more Royals guests for that show as well. But tomorrow's going to be fun, man. Tomorrow I get to play baseball with the Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. bobblehead.
Oh, I'm so excited.
All that sort of stuff. So it should be fun. Kind of getting back in that baseball swing where Q will join us every week. Vern's every week. Dog Chiefs guy joins us every week.
That's true.
So Myles Garrett, this is interesting. Field Yates tweets, the Browns are refining Defensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett agreed to some modified language in his contract this week that provides some cap flexibility for them going forward, as well as some option bonus payment benefit for Garrett. This makes Myles Garrett's contract actually tradable. And the Browns proposed a rule change that would allow draft picks to be exchanged up to 5 years into the future.
Oh, God.
Coincidence? I think not.
I didn't know there was a limit on when you could make draft pick trades.
Yeah,
So
3 years. 3 years in the future, and they're trying to make it 5, which I'm all for. I think that's great. If you want to ruin your future, because it's more fun.
Okay.
Chaos.
It's way more fun.
All right.
Way more
Because
fun.
like the NBA, they're trading picks that like I may be dead by the time we get to that draft.
And it's
Bobby
fun.
Bonilla might still be getting paid by the time those people
Right.
get to the
Yeah,
draft.
exactly. Like that. It makes it interesting. I don't know if it makes it more fun. It just creates a lot of chaos, I think.
Yeah.
And
18 games, 5 years out,
And
games in Brazil, do it all.
But it doesn't like
6-6.
if you're a general manager, you like it because by the time those picks come due, you've been fired already.
Yeah.
So like you're trading assets that you're never going to need because chances are you're not going to be in that job. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I think right now, though, if you're the Cleveland Browns, instead of worrying about trading draft picks 5 years, you ought to worry about how to win. Or find an owner that isn't scum. You find a way to go out there and do something on the field instead of proposing rule changes off the field. I always find when people propose rule changes, it's because they can't do what that rule is, not allowed, like the tush push. Everybody wanted to be against the tush push because nobody could figure it out. Nobody could do it like the Philadelphia Eagles. And so instead of just trying to get better, we're going out there, we're going to try to change the rules. That's where I look at the Cleveland Browns. They're a loser organization, and there's no other way to describe them. They are a bunch of losers that are owned by a bunch of losers that have a bunch of losers running around on the field that are always going to be losers. And what losers do, instead of trying to get better and look in the mirror and say, how can I help myself? We're going to blame everybody else, and we're going to try to change the rules. And so trying to change it to where you're trading draft picks 5 years out is great for the general manager because there's no accountability. It doesn't matter what they do and trade those picks. They're never going to need those picks. And so I'm just not a big fan of it. And also, too, isn't that kind of tanking now in the NFL, too? If you're trading out good players for picks 5 years down the road? Like, come on.
Somebody says the Rams are going to trade every first-round pick for a half of a decade.
Yeah, exactly. Because the Rams have decided they're just going to go get good players that they already know are good. That's what I thought the Browns were doing when they proposed this rule. And now I know it's just to maybe trade Myles Garrett to get a bunch of first-round picks that they don't ever capitalize or hit on anyways.
Yeah.
So I would have thought they would have gone the verse way on that and just trade picks to go get good players that they know are good, which is what exactly that texture is correct. The Rams will absolutely take advantage of that rule if passed.
Yeah, but like if you're a receiving general manager, let's say you're Brett Veach and Les Snead calls you and says, "Hey, we'll give you our first round pick in 2031." No, I don't. I'm not going to trade you a player today to get a pick in 5 years. Like there's again no benefit for that current sitting general manager to have that. Why am I going to trade a good player today to get a first round pick in 2031 when I'm probably not going to be here to even see 2031? Because if I'm trading good players, I ain't going to be good.
Is there that argument though with 3 years? Because you know how quick this cycle is anyways,
yeah,
right?
I think 3 years is probably too long, too. I didn't realize, like, it was that far out. I thought maybe it was just this year, maybe next year, going into the next draft, right? We always see, like in the 2026 draft, throw in a conditional for 2027. You hardly ever see anything more than a year out in the NFL. And I think that makes accountability better for the general managers. I know if I'm a general manager and I'm making that trade, this doesn't do anything to benefit me. I'm out. I'm not doing that.
In or out on the new Pop-Tarts?
What's the flavor?
No flavor. They're just now super stuffed. They come with 50% more filling after years of consumer demand, and people are drooling over this.
So 50% more diabetes comes in your top Pop-Tarts right now.
America.
I'm out.
I'm in.
Dad out. Kid in. Yeah, sign me up.
100% out on that. Sounds awful.
Cam Scatterby is going to like that. Now do that with the Uncrustables.
This is
but you couldn't stuff those anymore, man. You need like bigger bread.
Men's wieners.
I think the double stuffed Oreo has shown us that this is
they don't
100%
have
hit
the
rate.
double stuffed Oreo anymore.
What?
That's been gone for years.
No.
Oh God, yes. You can't find the double stuffed Oreo anymore. Yeah.
I think I have some in my kitchen right now.
No, that thing's been gone. We talked about it years ago. Like, where's the double stuff? Or maybe it was the Hydrox. Either one.
I could have sworn I had some of those in my kitchen right now.
I thought they got rid of the double stuff and they were just focusing on the different flavors and all that other kind of stuff.
Did you open the Instagram reel that I sent you last night of the new Twix or the new
I'm
Reese's?
not in on that one. Yeah.
Staple product still available.
It is still double stuff.
It's definitely in my kitchen. Dusty gets hungry sometimes at night. Yeah, they're doing the Reese's peanut butter cups. Have the cinnamon bun filling.
Yeah,
in the
they did a
inside.
red velvet cake one that I tried.
No bueno?
Yeah, it wasn't. Like, Reese's is so good at what they do. Why are we changing?
Yeah, we don't need to. Don't
Like,
mess around
seriously,
with it.
like, you've got a great product. Just market that.
So what you're saying is the Reese's is turning into the NFL.
It kind of is, yeah.
We don't need 18 different flavors. We need
turning
one.
into the 999 challenge, right? You're going to ruin what you have.
Some bad news out of baseball. Jackson Cheerio is going to be out for 10 games on the IL to start their season out there. That's not a good.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yes, absolutely. And Paul Skeens takes a slab today. Basically, right when we get home, fellas. I am excited.
Mm-hmm.
I know who that is because of MLB The Show. I just realized Jackson Cheerio would have not known him 2 months ago.
Oh, I think it meant Paul Skeens.
No, he's well aware of that.
Yeah, I got that. I got that one down. That one I didn't need the game for. Would have gotten that.
You'd have nailed that one, right? Yeah. Paul Skeens, Yankee.
Bob, you really ticked some people off.
Why?
Man, these double stuffed Oreos, it's still here.
Okay, I was wrong. Okay. I thought for sure they got rid of them.
What do you do? Read a Perry account?
Yeah, right? Oh, my God. I was wrong about the double stuffed Oreos.
I know.
Oh, man. Speaking of double stuffed, how about LSU? You see their spending the last 6 months? Lane Kiffin contract, $91 million. Brian Kelly buyout, $54 million. Reported 2026 football roster, $40 million. Matt McMahon buyout, $8 million. Will Wade buyout, $3 million.
Yeah, and
Will Wade's back.
And Will Wade's back at LSU. Yeah, he's back at LSU. He never should have been fired. What he did is what's going on now, and so fine, go back. But I mean, this is what I talk about. This is the pork barrel spending you have in college athletics, which makes an awful taste in my mouth. It's why Kansas University is $14 million in the red in their athletic department, and you have teachers fighting with the athletic department because they're dipping into money that's supposed to be going to teachers to pay the athletic department stuff. It's going to get real ugly. I mean, that right there, what a waste of money. That's a sin to spend that kind of money on buyouts. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not going to the professors anymore. It's not going to the university, and we continue to up college tuition. College is a big fat scam when it comes to the business model of things, and we were talking about it yesterday with our kids. It's like, I was actually talking about it with Mac the other day. Like, I want my kids to go to a 4-year college and have that experience, but the rip-off job, the con job of what they charge for this, you have to wonder if it's worth it. It's a con artist scheme, is what a university is now. All it is a damn business. They're throwing money away by buying out these coaches. That all those people who sign those contracts, if you have to do those you should be fired because you're incompetent at your job. And I think LSU did fire their athletic director last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Buyout?
But he's probably get paid too. Like it's ridiculous to have these big buyouts and to give these folks money to walk away. You failed miserably at your job, and we're going to give you $56 million to go away.
Better believe it.
God, America, I tell you, it's unbelievable. Get bent.
Bobby,
We got kids who can't afford to go to school. We have families that can't afford their mortgages right now. The gas is astronomically out of price. And some jackass that failed at coaching is getting $56 million to go scratch his balls.
You can cut that, Mac, and you're going to help me out with the bucket list this year. We're going to go to Yankee Stadium and watch the Royals play in a couple weeks. Got to get to Cincinnati for opening day.
Yeah, that's supposed to be special.
Did you see the video it's on Baseball Quotes right now on X? It is a sea of red in downtown with apartments everywhere, people on balconies, red shirts everywhere. Dude, it looks like the NFL draft.
It's great. Every year in Cincinnati, opening day is special. Yeah.
I got to get here.
My mother sent me a text. She wants to take you to see MJ on Broadway.
Okay.
You want to go?
What's MJ?
Michael Jackson musical.
Why not?
All right. You want to go?
I'll get gummed out and check it out.
Dude, that would be sick.
I go see it.
Okay. Mom, buy the tickets. Dusty wants to go.
I'll Venmo you.
Now, she said her treat.
Oh, okay. I'll bring the Maker's Mark. Hey, doing something nice for somebody you never know. It can change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Coming up next, it's Gold and Bink. My God, buckle up, Drew Nixon. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
That guy's an idiot, man.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jack Caglione.